Jackie'sHoagies.com.
First at the G7, I'm Tom Graham, Fox News. Pope Francis becomes the first pontiff to address the 7 world leaders at the annual summit in Italy. He warned about artificial intelligence and called on politicians to act. The ongoing Russian invasion in Ukraine, also a major concern at the gathering.
An objective of this summit was delivering a warning that Beijing must not help Russia in its war on Ukraine. At yesterday's press conference, President Zelensky indicated he didn't think this was a big issue, citing a call that he had with President Xi. Biden didn't leave that claim unaddressed and chimed in to counter Zelensky's comment.
By the way, China is not supplying weapons, but the ability to produce those weapons and the technology available to do it. So it is, in fact, helping Russia.
It's unclear when this conversation happened. The last talk between Xi and Zelensky we know of was last April.
That's Fox's Jackie Heinrich in Italy. Donald Trump turning 78 years old today. The former president celebrating with supporters near his South Florida estate. It comes a day after Trump attempted to strike a unifying tone during a visit with Republican lawmakers on Capitol Hill.
Former President Trump thanked Senate and House Republicans after the meeting.
There's great unity.
It was his first time meeting with Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell in years, and he said in an interview with Fox News afterward,
It was good. I mean, he endorsed me.
Florida Congressman Michael Waltz told Fox,
for him to spend almost half the speech talking about, despite the court cases, despite his own campaign, how he can help us, I thought was really gracious.
Some Democrats said a trip to the Hill by the former president should include an in-person apology to Capitol Hill police over January 6th. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
Now they're heading for higher ground in Florida, and forecasters are predicting more wet weather, flash flooding. Earlier rains dropped as much as 20 inches in southern parts of the state. Fort Lauderdale this week having its wettest day on record. America is listening to Fox News.
You know, our friends at Henry Repeating Arms, they manufacture a line of very high quality rifles, shotguns, and revolvers that you can be very proud to own. Now, they're made in America with parts and materials also from America. Now, they use old world craftsmanship combined with cutting edge technology to deliver reliable and accuracy that you can trust in any situation. Now, they're easy to use and maintain. It makes them an excellent choice for both a novice and experienced shooter. Henry has over 200 models, so you can find the firearm that's right for you. There's also new releases all throughout the year, and every purchase is backed by their lifetime warranty and the company's owner. Anthony Imperato also gives his personal guarantee for 100% satisfaction. Now, make sure you go to their website, henryusa.com, order their free catalog. They'll send you free decals and a list of dealers where you are. That's henryusa.com. Free catalog, free decals, and a list of dealers where you are. You're going to love this company and these firearms like I do.
Yes. I love to hear this tune. How you doing? It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. With Pete Davis, sidekick, producer, sports raconteur extraordinaire, and the mechanical mangler at the controls, Flounder. And by the way, what a treat to have Miss Veronica come in here with that little goofy dog, Winston, who was all over me. And video, I got a lot of reaction to that, too.
He tongue-kissed you.
Well, everybody said, he rubs it, he licks his, he licks his face there. And I said, yeah, so what? He's a dog. The dog's mouth is probably a lot cleaner than your wife's mouth, and I could probably prove it to you and bring her around. Oh, sorry.
He does that to me every single morning.
That was a little aggressive.
Between 5:45 and 6, he'll start doing that.
Well, there you are. Yeah, I mean, he's a dog. We don't deserve dogs. In fact, my last dog, all I could say to him really was, Saturday! No, that's not what I said. I'm not silly.
They're angels on earth.
What's that?
Dogs are angels on earth.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. We really don't deserve dogs. I want dogs so bad again. If I were a trillionaire, I'd buy every freaking dog at every freaking place and buy, like 9 states and just, let the dogs play. Seriously, isn't that? I'll bet every dog lover I know has that same dream. Boy, if I ever win the lottery, I'd just save every freaking dog, neuter them, so we don't have an overpopulated thing, but still have them be a happy thing. I mean, they only live. A great big dog lives, 6, 7, 8 years, usually, sometimes 11 or 12. My Great Dane and my Bull Mastiff lived between 9 and 10 years, which is a lot. But again, the little doggies, anyway, that's what I do.
The two Great Pyrenees spent most of the evening down here with me because it was cooler down here, and they're just a blast to hang out with them.
Yeah, you can't say enough about them. Anyway, Kimber Pete Flash. So Pete Davis, Mountains of Macon. What's new? What's happening? It's a beautiful sunny day. Braves are back in town for the weekend. Right?
That's true. What did one flag say to the other flag?
Oh God, here we go. He said, "Stop waving at me, you bastard." What? That was it? That's the answer?
He just waved at him. You stepped on the punchline again.
What are you talking about? Okay, sorry. Start over. You guys must have a freaking me. Honest to God, I don't get any of this. You know what it is? Yeah,
3 days in a row.
You were the one. You made a thing, and I gave the answer. You said, "What did one flag say to the other?" And I said, "Stop waving at me, you bastard."
No, see, most human beings go, "I don't know."
Oh.
Because it's a joke, and you're setting up a joke. But no. You.
Oh, he just waved.
You have to answer
I got you. Maybe you should stop doing those.
It's Flag Day.
I was going to get to it. I guess we'll do it now. Anyway, in fact, we'll get to it. I was going to do it when we come back at the 3:15 break. But still, I mean, and again, isn't it a shame? Actually, I was thinking about this because in my neighborhood, all of a sudden, about a week ago, one flag appeared on the other side. I live in a cul-de-sac of townhouses I rent, and so on the other side of my cul-de-sac drive around of the townhouses, one guy put up a brand new American flag. It's beautiful, big, beautiful, bright, brand new one on his deck, upstairs deck, and I have two little ones on my deck for kind of a thing. But that's the only flags I see anywhere. Not only my huge 200 people area, anywhere. They're just, I mean, it's almost, they're gone. Rare. And this is Flag Day. People don't know what that is. And again, shame on us. We don't teach it. It's not part of history or taught in schools or, parents don't do anything about it. No, it's just, it's like veterans and it just doesn't matter. Patriotism things anymore, just, they don't matter. And when they do matter, like after 9/11, hell, that was 23 years ago. Where are all the flags? Remember all the flags after 9/11? Anyway, but it is Flag Day, and I salute it. And every time I drive by that guy's house on the other side, when I loop around to get out of my neighborhood, I salute his flag every single day.
People are afraid. They're afraid of being mocked and being made fun of. You've got to quit worrying what other people think. Tell them to blank off and fly your flag.
And again, it doesn't matter. I mean, how could it be a thing? If you go, I don't like that guy flying a flag. Okay, then don't look at it. I mean, you know what I mean? It's not everything's a thing. This whole world is nuts for things that really don't matter.
In my dad's neighborhood, every morning he goes and him and somebody else raise the flag that's, where
for the neighborhood flag area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, God bless him. Again, it's.
And he also has his flag right in front of the house every morning as well.
It's a generational thing, I guess. And even now it's...
Well, what the sad thing is? If you see somebody putting an American flag up in front of their house, you already know what party affiliation they are.
Right.
Yeah, you know how they're going to vote.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, that's right. And when you see only a rainbow flag, you know how they're going to vote.
Well, the funny thing is on YouTube, I was about to go post the American flag saying, "Hi, YouTubers, there's no American flag, but there's a pride flag."
Oh, gosh.
Well, the log cabin Republicans, they may be flying a rainbow flag.
Oh, Lordy. Anyway, 308. Also, we'll salute the Army. And here, if you're coming into the Battery, now I only saw, when I came in, Steve and Scott and Matt and Mark and Mike and one of the guys in there was saying, "Hey, have you seen all the vehicles?" I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Come in, look at this." We went into Mr. Dickey's office and looked out the window because he's got the actual view. And there's these big Army military war vehicles all over the Battery in honor of founding of Army Day. And there's a bunch of them here at the excuse me, I don't know what the hell's going on.
Jeez. Is that baby
I'm
Ruth
fine. No,
backing up on you?
You don't know what I had? I had one.
What
do
you have today?
I had one of these things, one of these zebra roll things. I'm holding it up for our YouTubers. Well, I brought an extra because I think I'm going to go to the stable tonight because I'm going to be sad later. So I'm already planning for it. I'm not going to go home. I'm not going to eat. I'm going to go right to the stable. I'm not even going to deal with anything else. Anyway.
Hey, do me a favor.
Yeah.
You say salute. Point out the proper way to salute.
Okay, I will do that. Okay.
For the YouTube mafia.
Right. Okay, here we go. It's actually very simple. The first part of it is the hand part. There's also wrist and arm part, but the first part of it is the hand part. Boy Scouts will, and I think Girl Scouts used to do it, I don't know, but like Brownie, stuff like that, will use 2 or 3 fingers and make like an OK sign, and they'll salute with 3 fingers and showing, like a circle. In the military, the Marine Corps salute is to make sure that your fingers and your thumb are exactly aligned, that there is a straight line, not any of this business. I million times in the movies and on TV, you'll see somebody saluting and their thumb is under their hands. Now, maybe police departments do it that way. I don't know. I can't say anything about police departments because every time you see a cop salute, it's like this. Donald Trump salutes the wrong way. Biden doesn't even know how. He's got his fingers doing this or something. I mean, but again, so if you see it, now if it's a public service organization like I don't know about National Guard, but if like a police thing or something, maybe they do it that way. I don't know. But an actual salute, thumb is not visible in a straight line and your wrist is straight. And actually, now when you get to be what they call salty, when you've been in a while, you're kind of, your cover, your hat is not quite starched like it used to be. It's a little ragged. You're kind of you're going like this because you've been around for a while. And they do kind of a quick salute like this. I mean, that stuff is okay. But basically, thumb in line is supposed to go up like so in a actual straight line and down. Now, you can do, like so, and you can do generally, you'll give a salute like this, you do a little thing. It's not a big deal. But if you're actually saluting, it's actually a very official, formal, straight line deal. But again, the thumb in line with the fingers. Next time you see somebody salute on TV or at the movies, notice, and you will, because if you remember this, you'll notice. I notice it all the time.
Is there a difference between Army and Marines and Navy?
I don't know. I don't think so. But again, I don't know whether now in the Marines, Marines are real anal about I mean, in Parris Island, when they teach you how to tie your tie, it has to be exactly the right kind of knot, exactly the right thing. And when you do it without seeing a mirror. You do it in front of your bunk every night. Every night you have to tie your tie at Parris Island for weeks, months. Anyway, and so it has to be so you can't see yourself. You have to do it by feel. And the bottom of the tie has to be exactly a quarter or a half. I think it's exactly a quarter of an inch shorter than the overlapping part. It can't be like this 2-inch stuff or up in the thing. It's got to be exact. And if they'll measure it, and if it's wrong, they'll cut your tie in half, and then you're doing I mean, believe me, stuff like that. So they're real, specific about it. Whether the Army and the Air Force and the Navy, I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. But anyway, I'm sorry. That's a thing.
By the way, Scott just texted. He said he's very glad you're getting closer, calling him Steve. So you're getting closer.
I was hoping he was listening. Anyway, and by the way, speaking of listening, we got to talk about. We have all the news. We have the Supreme Court cases. Nancy Pelosi, you snotty little black-hearted witch. You're going to hell when you die. Have you heard? Talk about hate speech. This administration is the most hate speech-filled political group in the history of America. And they were the ones who were supposed to bring us out of the mean tweet period. Nancy Pelosi is now saying we're all a bunch of thugs. We're a cult if you vote for Donald Trump, and we need an intervention. Anyway, so we'll get to that. So the 3:30. First of all, Shannon Burke. Oh my God! I saw a video pop up on my phone on my Facebook page, and it was Shannon Burke in a pool. And he says, "I have a message." The old guy's going to pull a stunt or something. I'll get back to it. I never opened it until way later, and I opened it up. Oh my God! They sold the radio station.
Again.
We did this
5 years ago.
We did this. And now, did he know he was on with us at 5:00 yesterday. I wonder if he knew. And today's his last day. He's on right now. If you want to go listen to Man Country Radio, is that
Florida Man Radio?
What's that?
Florida Man Radio.
Florida Man Radio. And you won't hurt our feelings if you want to go listen to him. In fact, I wish we could.
I was listening to him earlier. I'll shoot him a text and see if he wants to come on again today.
Now again, I don't want. He's saying goodbye to all his fans, so I don't. Yeah. Please make sure I don't want to get in. I don't want to interrupt his thing.
We could talk to him next week, maybe.
We're still going to continue to talk with him. I mean, we'll talk with him weekly, and
Again, I don't want to interfere with his thing, but again, so it's over. They're all out of work. And by the way, unfortunately, I was walking by Mr. Dickey's office, and I heard him tell somebody, we got something open 3 to 6. Get back to me later. And go, hello. I don't like the sound of that.
He didn't like you in his office either.
Well, he had the over and under, and I think he's upset that I'm still here. It's 3:15. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Let It Rip Friday, 404-741-1230. Come on, get on the horn, Joy, see what's up. What are you doing? Father's Day Sunday, too. Look out.
The Morning Extra is live weekday mornings from 6 to 10, and here's what you missed. Are you an erectionalist?
Wait, I'm sorry. Maybe?
It's a really simple question. I don't know why you're having a hard time answering it.
Calls to the erectionists who stormed Capitol Hill Patriot.
They're carrying a big flagpole. So there's that.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. every weekday morning on Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Summer is in full swing, and there's nothing more American than spending your July 4th week at Truist Park. The week begins when the Pittsburgh Pirates come to town, June 28th through the 30th. On the 28th, fans are invited to arrive early for the CMT Hot Prospects Concert Series in the Battery Atlanta Plaza, featuring up-and-coming country artist Ashley Cook. And on Sunday, June 30th, the first 3,000 kids through the gates will receive an American flag junk headband. The fun continues with the Giants and Phillies July 2nd through the 7th, and 2 amazing freebies. Step into the Spider-Verse at Truist Park on July 3rd for the Michael Harris II Inspired by Miles Morales bobblehead giveaway, presented by Coca-Cola. And to round out the homestand, the first 3,000 kids on Sunday, July 7th will get a Braves backpack. So check that off your back-to-school list. Check out all of the fun at Braves.com/promos and purchase your tickets today. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
As an official community partner of the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves Foundation, the Warrior Alliance connects warriors and their families to free services such as health and wellness, housing, employment, education, legal services, and so much more. We need your financial support to increase our impact and change thousands of lives for those who served in the U.S. Armed Forces. It takes more than just thank you for your service. Make a donation to help warriors navigate to success after service. Go to thewarrioralliance.org/donate and make a difference today.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 4 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffer from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. There are lots of competitors that don't have the credentials that I have. When you go to other clinics, you're not going to see a board-certified physician with the experience that I have. When you come to our clinic, you're going to see me. There's just not one therapy that can solve these complex issues. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. Total Body Therapy of Georgia, 404-777-1911, 404-777-1911, online at stopmyed.com.
So you conquered the hardest part. You found the one, got approval from the family, shopped for the engagement ring, and you popped the question. Nice job. But you're not done. It's time to plan the wedding. Pick the dress, pick your tux, plan the honeymoon, and yes, find the perfect wedding bands. Well, you're in luck because Wedding Band Weekend is back at Solomon Brothers Jewelers. June 21st through the 23rd is the perfect time to stop in and shop all of the top brands in the industry. You'll find the ring of her dreams. And here is the best part. During Wedding Band Weekend, when you purchase her qualifying ring, you'll get your ring absolutely free. So don't miss Wedding Band Weekend, June 21st through the 23rd in Buckhead, Alpharetta, and Sharpsburg. And at Solomon Brothers, no matter the price, you'll find something nice. You can also shop online at SolomonBrothers.com and on Instagram at Solomon Brothers. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, the preferred jeweler of the Atlanta Braves.
Are you concerned about securing your family's future and assets? Look no further than Nelson Elder Care Law. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we offer absolute assurance and peace of mind through our comprehensive asset protection services. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com to explore how we can safeguard your legacy and provide tailored solutions for your family's well-being.
Well, Sally, thank you for your time, but unfortunately, we can't offer you the position.
But why?
Well, we got the results of your background check, and we saw some red flags.
Like what?
Apparently, you were accused of dog napping a Chihuahua named Mr. Cha-Cha.
Mr. Cha-Cha was my soulmate.
At Horizon Background Screening, we find things that other companies don't. That's why companies that use us make smarter hiring decisions. Don't let the wrong hire put your company at risk. Get the real story on your candidates at horizonscreening.com.
Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station is always streaming live across Georgia on the Extra 106.3 app. Get the live stream and your favorite Extra podcast anywhere you go. Grab the Extra 106.3 app now for Apple or Android.
Oh, man, there's a new book out about JFK and his assassination and Jackie's behavior. But first, Ringo. Ringo's Star, 2012 on this day. Photograph. Well, he had more to photograph on this day in 2012. Ringo Starr's birthplace in Liverpool was saved from demolition. The house was a rundown 3-bedroom Victorian terrace, one of 400 buildings marked for demolition in the Dingle area of Liverpool in 2012. But the Beatles fans and city residents lobbied to save the place along with 15 others. The city council agreed to give the locals the opportunity to fix it up. Yes, sir.
What year was that?
2012. Ringo Starr's birthplace was saved in Liverpool.
In 2013, my brother and I were standing there at that door of that house, and it was condemned.
Oh, it was still
about to be
condemned?
torn down.
Oh, my God.
So I don't know if they've saved. I don't know if they saved it or not, because that was a year after, and it was still being looked at to be torn down. By the way, everybody had signed their names and where they were from. It's so cool. All over the door.
You got to save that. I mean, hell, just
the door needed to be saved. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I didn't know that, or I would have looked it up to see if it was still living today. I don't know.
He seemed to be the poorest of the four. We went to all four of their houses, and he seemed to have it worse off than the rest of them.
It was pretty shabby. Birthday is obviously Donald Trump, 78 years old today. And happy birthday, congratulations. And he's a young 78 as opposed to President Wash's daughter.
A zombie.
Good Lord. And by the way, did you see President White Trash trying to sniff the Pope's nose hair? I swear to God. He meets the freaking Pope, and he's trying to lick his nose. Honestly, it was the damnedest thing. And the Pope is looking horrified. I mean, the Pope's going, "Get away from me. Who is this maniac?" Honestly, it's the damnedest thing you ever saw. Look at it. Ups and down, left and right. I mean, get off my lawn or whatever the hell.
Sign of the cross.
Jeez, God, Mary and Joseph. I mean, honestly, God, the Pope looked like he was trying to kiss him on the mouth. Oh, my God. Thank you, Here's America. Here's our oh, God.
You know it's bad when your press secretary has to say, the president did not wander off.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, he was watching. He was looking at the beautiful scenery and making sure everything. He was on guard. The man was on guard duty, looking to make sure no one was sneaking up from behind us. He's sharp as a tack, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, I guess that guy Morning Joe on MS is saying, "No, the president, man, when he's in probably a private, oh man, he runs meetings. He's sharp." Please, God, grease him up next time. Good Lord.
Let's buy a dinner first.
Jeez. And on this is Flag Day. It was on this day in 1777, the Continental Congress made the Stars and Stripes the first national flag. Now, no one really knows, they say, who designed the first flag. Historians say it was Betsy Ross. That legend proves that may not be true. The latest I heard was that George Washington suggested some things that she put together, and that's how it was kind of a, idea thing that worked out with the cloth she had and stuff like that, and that's how it came to be. Well, you're looking askance at me here for some reason.
Don't try and take the glory away from the female on this one.
I'm saying I think she made it, but what I heard was that George Washington had suggested various things. Now there's more to it than that. I even did some other research on this. The Congress was in Philadelphia adopting the resolution that the flag shall be, quote, 13 stripes, alternate red and white, that the Union be 13 stars, white in a blue field, representing a new constellation. I've never heard that phrase before for the flag, that it would represent a new constellation. And by the way, then in May 1916, that was in 1777, in 1916, President Woodrow Wilson proclaimed June 14th as Flag Day. So that's how it came to be. But again, I give Betsy Ross credit for it, and I think Washington might have helped her out a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. 325, Kim Pete and Flounder, a creepy little dirtbag. But what a president. Good Lord. Anyway, let's see. Oh, by the way, it's going to be flirting with 100 degrees this weekend. Apparently, there's like weather warnings out and stuff. So be careful. Remember, when this weather starts happening, almost every day in my car, I have a little time. Well, this thing. I have my little. It's a soft free. What do you call it? Cooler case, soft cooler. And I always have ice water or something in there, no matter where I am in my car, just in case. They always have something to drink. Or if someone else has have a problem and they need something to drink, you always have here, take this, and whatever. Anyway, 404-741-1230. 404-741-1230. We have all the newsy stuff, Supreme Court things, presidential things. Oh, we're going to blast the freaking White House press correspondence. Where were you for the last 8 years? Anyway, we'll get to that too. And the Democrats are doing it again, throwing something against the wall and see if it sticks, and it did. That Donald Trump hates Milwaukee. Come on, man. We'll try to get to the bottom of that too. And Nancy Botoxi, holy smokes, she just accusing. I mean, once again, these hateful, vicious, divisive Democrats. We've never had a country like this. Do you ever remember any Republican Party in charge deliberately vilifying hate speech against half the country? I don't. Anyway,
you try and woo half the country. You don't try and insult them.
Yeah, and they were the ones who were supposed to bring us together. No more Orange Man hate speech. Remember that? The bad tweets and stuff. Oh my God, just these freaking phonies. Nancy Pelosi just attacks, called us all thugs. Those fighting words, baby. Anyway, this happened today coming into work. Powers Ferry, Powers Ferry, right near the Battery, is a main street. It's got at least 3 or 4 lanes in each direction. And I was at the light, ready to take a left to come in on the Battery to get where I forgot the name of it's not Windy Hill, but whatever our road is here, right?
Cobb Parkway.
No, the little street right here when you turn out and you turn right onto the thing. What's
Battery Avenue?
Battery Avenue. Anyway, so Powers Ferry. So I'm at the stoplight, and coming toward me, I all of a sudden hear these sirens. And there's a fire truck racing down. I mean, he's going full speed. He was going as fast as he could do because there was traffic. And I noticed nobody stopped in his direction. Nobody stopped. I mean, they may have slowed down, and I don't know if there was anybody right in front of him, but he was going, doing the whole horn, that big loud horn they have, and the sirens and everything, and the lights flashing, and nobody stopped, and nobody pulled over. I mean, even if you're in the wrong lane, don't you pull over? Don't you automatically stop no matter what in case he has to dodge something? I mean, that's my God. Nobody stopped. I couldn't believe it. And then about like 8 seconds later, a freaking hook and ladder comes down, screaming down the road. Now, I have not seen a hook and ladder on the road in I don't know how long. I mean, with the guy in the back? The guy in the back going like this, like Kramer and Seinfeld?
Yeah, Kramer.
I got a better route. Meow, meow. And he's swinging sideways like that. And I actually saw the guy in the back on the freaking hook and ladder and go, oh, man, how cool is that? I mean, wouldn't you love to do that one day? Talk about a bucket list. Holy smokes. I mean, I've flown an airplane. I flew a helicopter, but I've never done a fire truck. Anyway, but nobody moved. I couldn't believe it. Nobody stopped. They all kept going. Anyway, just inconsiderate. I don't know what's going on. I guess our life now, our
Mama didn't raise him right.
Yeah. And by the way, speaking of that, I haven't even talked about newsy stuff yet, and I will. And I got a whole bunch of stuff. I just saw popped up on my phone, on my Facebook page, was one of the old Volkswagen commercials, and it was a prank against a movie theater crowd. And the movie theater crowd was all ready to go, and then on the screen there was a picture from the driver's seat looking forward out the front of the car, racing down the highway, just racing down this beautiful road. The car was going a million miles an hour down this road, and all of a sudden, the guy, it was a trick. The guy in the control room had some kind of computer thing, and he did whatever he had to do. You could see him doing something on the screen, and then all of a sudden, everybody's phone in the theater rang at the same time, and everybody in the theater picked up their phone from their pockets, one after another. You could see them, the whole, like 800, all of a sudden, but everybody in the theater, and the next thing you know, on the movie screen, there's a horrific crash. And his windshield shatters, and the crowd goes, ah, like that. And the sign was, looking at your phone causes more accidents. What a great commercial. Volkswagen. Oh, man alive. All their phones went off at the same time, and the crash, and they all looked up at the same time for the same reason. What a great stunt. And how he pulled it off, I don't know.
Text.
What's that?
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, I don't.
I refuse to text in the car.
I in fact, it happens every day coming into work. If you do something, when I get here, I tell Flounder, when I'm in the garage. But I don't. No, not me.
Yeah, you got to call me if you want to talk to me.
Yeah. 3:30 already. Hey, Literate Friday, 404-741-1230. If you'd like to join us, it's a beautiful day. Braves are in town. What could go wrong? Flounder's Funnies, Holy Crap at Sports. Cheese, we got it all with a Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How you doing? The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's a Kimmer. How's it going? Here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
Really, what in the hell was I thinking? A couple of months ago, I was not sure I could vote for Donald Trump. But when you really look closely at Joe Biden and what he's done to our economy and what he's done to our country, if it has to be Trump, that's a better choice. Let's not make this mistake.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Hey, how you doing? Kimmer here, but Pete and Flounder, 3:31. You still have time to get that Father's Day gift at Atlanta Safe House. I know. It's just really cool. If you're in the Ackworth area, they have a showroom in Ackworth. We're just sitting, waiting right there for you. Tell Jeff and Mark that the Kimmer sent you to check out things like their pistol safes. If you haven't seen them, you can look them up on the web, too. They're beautiful, different styles. Price ranges are always great. I'm telling you, nobody beats their stuff. Their gun safes are pretty much always on sale. AtlantaSafehouse.com, and you can see what they offer to you. And again, I've had 2 gun safes, and they will, when they deliver them, if you want them bolted through the bottom inside into your concrete basement or game room or something, they'll do that too, like they did for me. Just a great company. And all the top brands, everything, the sale prices are fantastic. They've been doing this stuff for business for years. And again, Jeff and Mark only use off-duty police and firefighters and military to give them a little chance to get a little something extra for the work that they do, to say thank you. Especially on a day like this, it's Flag Day. Also, the birth of the United States Army. So Semper Fi to all you dog faces out there, by the way. Anyway, Jeff and Mark, Atlanta Safe House. You know, they can actually build you a family storm shelter. Did you know that? I'm not making that up. This is how good these are. Protecting your stuff, protecting your assets, business safes, jewelry safes, put your cash, your first corsage, all this stuff, and, of course, your weapons and the things you want, like your medical records and your Social Security card. Please tell them the Kimmer sent you. On the web, AtlantaSafehouse.com.
Jim Niarchos here for the All Four Seasons Home Show, where our guest this weekend will be Fernando from M&M Home Exteriors. We're going to be talking about painting windows, decks, porches, siding, roofing, gutters, and more. Thinking about making some home improvements around your home? Well, you don't want to miss this very informative show. Get the advice you need first by tuning in this Saturday morning at 9 for the All Four Seasons Home Show right here on Extra 106.3.
Extra 106.3 listeners are falling in love with Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell.
Me and my wife now find our favorite sandwich place. That food over there was great.
Yeah, those rolls are so soft and sweet. I mean, it was just melt in your mouth. It was, and the steak was tender and juicy and flavorful. I can't say enough about it. It was very, very impressive.
It was so good.
Make Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell on Woodstock Road your new favorite spot for lunch or dinner. Nucky'sHoagies.com.
My name is Jamie High, and I have worked for Bruce Hagen for 14 years. Why do I work for Bruce? Because he truly cares. He cares about me, he cares about my family, and he cares about each and every one of his clients. Family is important to him, and he never makes me choose between my family and work. He values me as an employee, but also as a person. At our firm, we are all family, and I wouldn't want it any other way. I am Jamie, and I've worked for Bruce Hagen for 14 years because he's the best. Hagen-law.com.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Ownwell. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ownwell.com/terms. Estimate based on your neighborhood average and individual results may vary.
Here in Atlanta, we've got history, good food, sky view, and outrageous sky-high property taxes. Sometimes with a bill 5 times higher than other Georgia counties. But luckily, there's Ownwell. Ownwell can appeal and reduce your property taxes and potentially save you thousands of dollars.
And right now, you can sign up for free by texting LEARN to 64,000.
You don't have to be an expert to save thousands of dollars every year because Ownwell's cutting-edge technology and local tax experts do all the legwork for you. And you only pay if you save. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the view.
Sign up now, free. Don't pay unless you save. Text LEARN to 64,000. Text LEARN to 64,000. Text LEARN to 64,000.
Don't miss the Atlanta Mushroom Festival, Sunday, June 23rd at Park Tavern in Piedmont Park. Beginning at 12 p.m. and ending at 7 p.m., this dog and family-friendly event features live music, educational speakers from the CDC and Emory, and over 30 mushroom-themed vendors. Early bird tickets are only $10, which directly supports the nonprofit festival. For more information, visit AtlantaMushroomFestival.com or Atlanta Mushroom Festival on all social platforms.
A verdict that has truly changed America.
This has never been, this is outrageous.
What will happen next? Trust Atlanta's only conservative voice for the real answers and the perspectives that matter to you.
Why did nobody step in when they saw what was going on in New York?
This is Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
In the basement, mixing up the medicine. I'm on the pavement, thinking about the government. The man in a trench coat, badge out, laid off, says he's got a bad cough, wants to get it paid off. Look out, it's something you did.
I was playing harmonica with Bob Dylan again.
Looking for a new friend. The man in a coonskin cap and a pig pen wants $11 bills.
I'm playing harmonica with Bob Dylan. There we go. 2007 on this day, Bob Dylan won Spain's Prince of Asturias Arts Award, one of the country's most prestigious honors. The jury chairman called Dylan a living legend of popular music and the guiding star of a generation that dreamed of changing the world. Previous winners before 2007 include U.S. filmmaker Woody the Pervert Allen. So there you go, right there. Anyway, Bob Dylan. Our birthday list includes J.R. Martinez. This is the founding of the U.S. Army. We'll talk about that a little later. J.R. Martinez is 41. He was a former U.S. Army soldier, who suffered severe burns over 40% of his body in Iraq. He went on to become a motivational speaker, but you may know J.R. Martinez as an actor from All My Children. And he also won the 13th season of Dancing with the Stars. So, J.R. Martinez. I know the name. I really didn't recognize him until I looked him up. But anyway, it's kind of an interesting story. A war veteran hero and came back to become a personality and movie type person. 3:38, Kevin, Pete, and Flounder. On this day In 1972, it seemed like one after another every week. In 1972, that's when I came to Atlanta, where after graduating from a graduate school, Michigan State, came down here about this time. Listen, like in late May, early June, right about this time. I was working over the radio station or other thing there. It seemed like almost every other week, airline hijackings. And on this day in 1972, there were so many that the International Federation of Airline Pilots called for a work stoppage. They said various governments are doing jack squat to fight air piracy. Remember, it happened. It was one. Well, you would remember. You guys are too young. But I'm telling you, it was like every few days.
Havana.
It was
Havana.
Let's go to Havana. I mean, because it's like 90. It was like 40 minutes. It's nothing to it. But I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. Anybody who's an old timer like me back in the old days remembers a guy's name named Aubrey Morris. He was a legend in Atlanta broadcasting at the station that was celebrating its 50th year when I got here in 1972. Everybody knew Aubrey Morris. And he talked like this, Aubrey Morris. When he took me to my first bowl of grits when I came here to introduce me to the Southern lifestyle kind of thing down at the little diner down here. Anyway, and Aubrey was a news director, and he was real serious about it. But the assistant news director kind of did most of the day stuff. And so Aubrey was still in the boss of the thing and running. He was an old timer at the time, ready to retire, but he's still hanging around because everybody in the world knew him. Okay, so I'm looking at the wires or something, and as I recall, somebody called. And one of the guys in the newsroom, and the guy who called was named Jack. The guy who answered the phone, and of course, in a very busy, noisy newsroom, you tend to be loud and so forth like this. And so all of a sudden, you see a guy pick up the phone, and he says, "Hi, Jack." And Aubrey Morris comes running out of the news director. What airline? I swear to God, no, Aubrey. False alarm this time. But that's how many there were happening. Honest to God, they were all over the place. I thought it was kind of weird. 1972, and that was when I first got here. 340, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? Okay, newsy stuff. Again, if you haven't seen the video, look. I mean, what a creep. Look at the face of the Pope. When President Washer daughter goes in to sniff his nose hairs, I was just, oh, yuck.
Well, they deserve each other.
Oh,
those two guys.
Creepy. Just freaking creepy. Anyway, okay, a couple of Supreme Court rulings, if you haven't heard. Again, we'd love your opinions on this if you feel like it. 404-741-1230, 1230. Let's let it rip Friday every day. Anything you want to talk about, we're happy to chat with you, as always. Supreme Court decided, the three girls said, no, we don't like those guns. Well, 6-3, we know this is going to happen. Justice Clarence Thomas wrote concerning the bump stock rule. There was a federal ban on bump stocks during the Trump years. A bump stock, we talked about this when the slaughter of the Las Vegas nightclub shooting. Remember that? The guy fired 1,000 rounds in about 3 seconds and stuff like this.
Which, by the way, we still don't even know what happened in that shooting.
Yeah, true. Again, right. Yeah, aside from exactly what was going on, and all the weapons in the rooms and stuff, I mean, good grief. Anyway, but a bump stock, you can look it up if you haven't already, but a bump stock is basically a device which allows the trigger to keep being pulled and firing around. Now, when they talk about a semi-automatic weapon, again, this is kind of preliminary stuff. A semi-automatic weapon could be a pistol or rifle. All that means is when you pull the trigger once, one bullet comes out. Okay? As fast as you can pull the trigger, a bullet will come out of the gun. That's a semi-automatic weapon. A machine gun or an automatic weapon means if you pull the trigger, you can hold it and they all come out until they're gone. That's a machine gun. A bump stock makes a semi-automatic like a machine gun by making it not have to be put back all the way. So it's basically pulling the trigger really, really fast. I mean, that's not exactly it, but that's what it amounts to. So you can build a device to put on your regular rifle to turn it into a rifle that shoots really fast bullets all in one whack.
How hard would it be to build one of those in your basement?
It's not hard at all. You can do it. And you can buy a kit. I mean, they're not hard to get, and they weren't illegal until all of a sudden after that they became illegal and there was a ban on them. But the Supreme Court said, and again, the liberals are going to go nuts about this, but the fact of the matter is, it's not a machine gun because the law for the gun. Said a machine gun, which cannot be owned by the public, is a device that has one finger pull and they all come out. A bump stock is not that. A bump stock is not a machine gun. It's a device that makes a gun shoot really fast trigger pulls, but it's not by definition a machine gun. Therefore, states don't have the right to ban it because it would take an act of Congress. And again, the good news about this is the Supreme Court, once again, just like abortion, is saying, now hold on a minute. These are not federal things. If it's a violation of a law that's written down and it's obvious, then we'll overturn it. But this is not a violation of the law because the law was very specific. So the court said, go back to your states and pass any law you want. Same thing with abortion. If you want to have abortion, have abortion. It's up to you. It's not a federal thing. And this is not a federal thing because it didn't make a definition of the law of a machine gun. So, and by the way, the three girls, let's see, Sonia Sotomayor, and then the dumb one, Elena Kagan, and then the stupid one, Katanji Bippity Boppity Boo, who was only picked because she's black and because she's stupid and because she's a freaking coward, who was asked, what is the definition of a woman? Because they were going through this whole thing. She said, well, I'm not a biologist, so I don't know. In other words, you were too much of a coward to say a woman is 2 X chromosomes. That's a woman. Because that's what a woman is. It's a human being that has 2 X chromosomes.
If you got a Y, you're a guy.
You're a guy. Y for the guy. And by the way, so it's the guy's fault if your kids are all girls. It's because you only sent over the X chromosome to mix with the other 2 X chromosomes. Only your X chromosome mated with her 2 X's, and that's how you're going to get a girl. So it's your fault. It's like they used to take the heads off of queens if they didn't have sons, but it was the king's fault. It was his kachuka that was responsible for deciding which one hooked up with her stuff there. So.
Is it that ironic?
I blame the ladies. And by the way, speaking of that, I don't know why this can't. The damnedest thing. I'm such an idiot. And anyway, I was thinking about this. One of the reasons when I play Christine, when I was thinking about this today, speaking of relationships, God, ladies, this is so simple. The reason I love this girl and the reason I listen to these silly songs is a very simple line. In one of the lines, she says, you can take me anytime you like. I'll be around in case you might. Love me, baby, and hold me tight. Okay, the words are, you can take me anytime you like. She didn't say you can have me anytime you like. She didn't say you can call me anytime. She said you can take me anytime you like. Now, when a woman tells you that is a commitment for a woman who wants to be part of you and your life. And I got to thinking, man, I mean, that to me would really, if you didn't feel that in your deepest part of your heart, you're not a human being. And then I thought, how ironic is it that a man could say that to his wife or to his lover and so and say, you can take me anytime you want. If you want me, take me. I'm here for you. And a woman will, unfortunately, I guess because they make Mother Nature made the libido that way, because otherwise they'd be having, babies with everybody they ever met in the parking lot or something. But isn't it a shame that a guy can't say to his wife, baby, you can take me anytime you want? And wouldn't it be a thrill, guys, if your wife actually felt that way? So when you walk in the door and she's there, she says, baby, I need you right now. Okay, it's in. What guy's going to say no? Now, if, a woman's going to say no but what guy's going to say no to that? Wouldn't you love a woman to say, I need you right now, baby? Okay, fine. I had plans, but what the hell? I'm yours. I mean, seriously. Wouldn't that solve everything?
Welcome to Kimmer's fantasy segment of the show.
Once again, my last 19 years, that's what I didn't remember the meaning of the word fantasy. And it all comes down to Pinehurst number 2, the beginning and the end of a whole life. Is what a thing is happening this weekend. Oh, God. Anyway, 347, Kimber Pete Flounders. Let Rip Friday.
Let it go.
I know. I can't say it's happening. It's here. It's a thing. Look out.
A verdict that has truly changed America.
I cannot believe guilty on all 34 counts.
As we enter the heart of election season, what does this mean for conservatives?
As an attorney, as somebody who's committed your life to this, how much does it bother you to see the rule of law in very weird way applied?
It's greatly concerning to me.
Trust Atlanta's only conservative voice for the real answers and the perspectives that matter to you.
It's time for red state attorney generals and district attorneys to get busy.
This is Extra 106.3 FM and streaming free across Georgia on the Extra app.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers. Howard Brothers has everything for your yard, but they love cooking on Big Green Egg and Traeger grills too. You can get all of your egg accessories and Traeger needs at Howard Brothers stores in Duluth, Lula, and Oakwood. In fact, they've got their Traeger grills at their Athens Power Equipment location too. What are you cooking tonight? Is it going to be grilled chicken, maybe some baby back ribs, pulled pork, perhaps some brisket? Get to Howard Brothers and get all you need for superior flavor and perfect meals every single time. It's time to get a Big Green Egg or a Traeger wood pellet grill. Don't go to the big box stores. Go to see the grill experts at Howard Brothers.
You have enough to deal with after an accident. You don't want to spend a lot of that time messing around with insurance companies. Besides, what are you going to say to them? You really know the ins and outs? David Van Sant at Van Sant Law does. He used to work for the insurance companies. Their worst nightmare. He knows who to call, what to say, how to listen to them, and he has your best interest at heart. Van Sant Law, 855-GA-INJURY. VanSantLaw.com, 855-GA-INJURY.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey there, Atlanta sports fans. Home team Brandon Leak here with Sonder Health Plans. You know, I've been singing praises about their Georgia-based Medicare Advantage health plans, and now they're stepping up their game with new health plans that include home safety and accessibility modifications. Call them up right now and ask if you qualify for their fantastic $400 grocery card offer and $0 premiums. Call 800-331-2928 or visit SonderHealthPlans.com. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
The Kimmer Show is live until 6 p.m. and Extra 106.3 has the rest of your night covered with Jesse Kelly up next. Fox Across America with Jimmy Fela at 9 p.m. and The Guy Benson Show at midnight. All live on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Here we go. Still rocking and rolling. Was on this day, 2002, Mick Jagger became a Sir, knighted in the Queen's birthday honors. It was claimed the Queen avoided personally giving Jagger his knighthood because she thought he was an inappropriate candidate for the honor. Wow, I didn't know she refused to do it. Well, that's kind of snotty.
It was.
Yeah, and he wasn't the one who said the rest you can just jangle your necklaces right in front of the Queen. That was
John Lennon.
That was John Lennon did that, right? So he should, Mick Jagger, my God. Well, anyway, whatever. Freaking
first of all, Keith Richards hated that he did it.
Yeah, I
wouldn't
know.
speak to him for months because he hated him. But Jagger was the elitist of the bunch. He had no problem with it.
Yeah. Hold on, Stan. Be with you in a second. Actual phone call here, Letter of Friday. Our birthday list includes Yasmin Bleeth. I mean, what is that her real name?
She was hot.
Yasmin Bleeth. Yeah. I hope that's her real name, because otherwise, if you made it that name, it would be like Engelbert Humperdinck or something. Anyway, Yasmin Bleeth from Baywatch played Caroline as 56 years old today. Yeah, with a Kimmer Pete and Flounder. Yeah, she was...
It's not. Well, actually, she's doing okay. There's another one though that's not doing well, but she's doing fine. Yeah.
Who? I didn't even. I forgot. Was that Pamela Anderson and who? Who was in? I never saw Baywatch. I know of it.
Oh, actually, Yasmin's not doing well. I just saw. She's like 300 pounds.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's horrible.
Well, she's not running on the beach anymore, and that's one with.
Well, she'd be. If she was on the beach, they'd be pushing her back in.
That's with David Dingeldoff there with a car that talked or something. Was
David
that
who?
David Dingeldorf?
David Dingelhoff?
Dingeldoff.
Yeah, that's him. David Dingelhoff, big star in Germany.
Germans loved the guy. Did he make his car talk German?
Yes, I'm sure they did.
I'll be damned.
Dingelhoff. It's Hasselhoff.
Oh, well, whatever.
Dingelhoff.
You Dingeldork. 352. On this day in history, 1990, the Supreme Court ruled that those police checkpoint traffic stops to check for drunk drivers and everything else, like seatbelt use stuff, those traffic stops are perfectly legal. And by the way, they watch to see if you realize one up's ahead and you make a U-turn. They will come and get you if you've made a U-turn in front of those checkpoints. In fact, I remember the time when one of our co-workers, a very famous co-worker many, many years ago, was on the way home to Rockdale County and got pulled over in a police DUI checkpoint back about, well, it wasn't a little later than that. But anyway, and that was a ballgame. 3:53, can repeat and Flounder. Us to the phone. Stan, you're on the radio, man. How you doing? What's up?
Hey, Cameron, how you doing today?
Good. Welcome, sir.
Yep, I got a comment about your saluting style.
Yeah.
I spent some time in the Air Force, but I actually learned to salute at the Citadel, and that's based on the Army system. And as I understand it, I believe it's standard through all military branches, the proper way to do the salute.
Yeah.
Like you said, with your thumb, even with your fingers,
right.
and
Straight
come to
line.
the basically to your eyebrow, and your arm perpendicular or parallel to the ground.
Yeah.
Is what I remember
this part
learning
here.
in both systems.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know, and I should have looked it up, I guess, but I didn't. Pete kind of raised a question, so I didn't know. But so I guess it is military-wide. But you'll see, if you look, I don't know about police departments or other things like that, but you see so many salutes on TV or the movies, they aren't even close. And it's like, it just seems, and it's not a big deal. I'm kind of stupid about it, I guess, but it just seems if they're going to do it, they ought to learn. Somebody ought to say, geez, that's not the right way. So anyway, it was just, well, thanks.
Yeah, and you'll see them cock their hand down.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing. Yeah, you get a little salty after. Yeah, I know. Stan, thanks, man. You have yourself a great weekend. 3:54, and stay cool. And well, you man, stay cool, but stay hydrated. And again, you don't realize, and boy, I've noticed it too. I'm doing a lot more drinking of my ice water. A lot more, because it does affect me. I can feel it. 404-741-1230. Okay, the bump stuff thing. Yes, sir?
You know those sand cranes you see every once in a while?
Oh, the bird sand cranes?
Yeah, that damn thing's sitting out here in the yard looking at me. It's like a 4-foot tall dinosaur.
Let me tell you, those things are dangerous. When I was down in Florida, they're everywhere, and they fight you. I mean, I used to have. I swear to God, I used to have video. Oh no, my God! If you even in shopping centers, they invade shopping parking lots. And I mean, people get out of the car and they come, whee, whee, like, whoa, man! I mean, they're nasty and they're huge. They're like 4 feet tall. Oh my God!
Wearing leather jackets.
No, they come in, they'll peck at you and get that big wing thing going there and do their little claw stuff. I mean, they're nasty. They're nasty freaking birds, man.
Speaking of shopping mall, for those of us who grew up around here, they're going to blast North DeKalb Mall very soon.
Finally, is that didn't they have? I mean, but that's been run down for years, hasn't it? I mean, isn't that been a?
Yeah, they've built it up like 3 or 4 times, and it never works, it's just a sad. So many memories: the Riches, the Chick-fil-A,
I don't know whether it's
theaters,
just a bad place to get to, or I don't know really. Why not? I mean, a mall should be a mall, but it sure had its problems.
When North Lake opened, it kind of stole its thunder, I believe.
3:56, can repeat and Flounder. 404-741-1230. Coming up, JFK, the assassination. Oh, but first, it's Nucky's Hoagies and the Flounder Funny.
I don't think you choose to be a liberal or a conservative. I think it chooses you. I do. I think you have a series of personality traits that you didn't choose that just cause you to align right or align left. And I think we need both. I think a society runs that way because there are certain jobs that require somebody who's more, intuitive and run by their heart and emotional and open to change, right? And then there are people who don't like change. They're way more mathematical and practical, and they don't like this wishy-washy stuff. You call that adventure, I call that chaos. They believe in strong lines, and other people believe that the world and life is a community. We are cooperative, and we have to be there, right? Yeah, we have to be there to catch the people that can't compete. We need a strong net. And other people are like, that's cool. You can adopt a 3-legged dog. I want a 4-legged dog with a strong bite, okay? Because life ain't a community. It's not a community. It's a war, all right? And that's the way it is. You believe in positive reinforcement. I believe in punishment because there's a right way and there's a wrong way. And some people are like, that's great, but I mean, can't we just stay open to all possibilities? Liberals are like, let's adopt that dog. And conservatives are like, who's going to walk it?
What you got there, Flounders?
That is Brian Kalin.
Brian Kalin. All right, sir. 358, Kara Pete and Flounder. One more update on the power trip by the administration of white trash. A federal judge has blocked President Crime Family's expansion of Title IX in 4 states, calling it the gender identity mandatory protection thing an abuse of power. The administration wanted to make sure that if you thought you were a girl and someone said something about you not being a girl, that it would be a violation and therefore you'd lose federal funding, stuff like that. Well, the judge said this case demonstrates the abuse of power by executive federal agencies in the rulemaking process. The separation of powers and system of checks and balances exists in this country for a reason. The changes were inadmissible. He wanted to open it up to, in case you felt like the other gender or one of the other genders. Inadmissible because the term gender discrimination is used in the establishment of Title IX, only included discrimination against biological males and females at the time of the enactment. They didn't have 97 freaking genders when they wrote the Title IX thing it was trying to give girls a better opportunity to have fun playing sports in colleges and universities to get federal funds. Okay, we all said, okay, fine. It's kind of silly to make sure that the some junior girls softball team has as much money coming in as a varsity football team at a Division 1A school or something. I mean, you can't have equal, but it was a good thing. Give girls the opportunity to have more sports opportunities. Great, but you can't suddenly say, okay, now we got 19 genders to worry about. And the judge says you can't. It's abuse of power. Here we go again. That's 2. That's 2 Bidens. More coming. All these court cases, too. All right, hold on. Almost 4 o'clock. Give Pete and Flounder. Literate Friday. How you doing? It's a beautiful day. Hope you enjoyed us. Look out.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
A firearms ruling by the Supreme Court. I'm Kathleen Maloney. The Supreme Court strikes down a Trump-era ban on bump stock accessories for semi-automatic weapons.
Bump stocks do not meet the legal threshold of a machine gun, and therefore a majority of justices say the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives wrongly banned the accessory. The ATF implemented the ban following a mass shooting at a Las Vegas music festival in 2017 that killed 60 people after more than 1,000 rounds were fired in 11 minutes. It was the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history. A gun shop owner in Texas challenged the ban. Justice Clarence Thomas, writing for the 6-3 majority, says a semi-automatic rifle equipped with a bump stock is not a machine gun because it does not fire more than one shot by a single function of the trigger. Jared Halpern, Fox News.
The Justice Department says Attorney General Merrick Garland will not be prosecuted for contempt of Congress after refusing to turn over audio of President Joe Biden's interview in his classified documents case because his actions did not constitute a crime. Pope Francis issuing a warning about the risks of artificial intelligence to leaders of the G7 summit. He also acknowledged its benefits.
This is the case of artificial intelligence. It's up to each to make good use of it, and it's up to politics to create the conditions whereby this good use is possible and fruitful.
And he spoke through a translator there. G7 leaders have agreed to set in motion a $50 billion loan to help Ukraine. Interest earned on profits from Russia's frozen central bank assets would be used as collateral. America is listening to Fox News.
You know, our friends at Henry Repeating Arms, they manufacture a line of very high quality rifles, shotguns, and revolvers that you can be very proud to own. Now, they're made in America with parts and materials also from America. Now, they use old world craftsmanship combined with cutting edge technology to deliver reliable and accuracy that you can trust in any situation. Now, they're easy to use and maintain. It makes them an excellent choice for both a novice and experienced shooter. Henry has over 200 models, so you can find the firearm that's right for you. There's also new releases all throughout the year, and every purchase is backed by their lifetime warranty and the company's owner. Anthony Imperato also gives his personal guarantee for 100% satisfaction. Now, make sure you go to their website, henryusa.com. Order their free catalog. They'll send you free decals and a list of dealers where you are. That's henryusa.com. Free catalog, free decals, and a list of dealers where you are. You're going to love this company and these firearms like I do.
You can tell who this is real quick. Look out now.
Michael Jackson.
Hey, you got it wrong. Oh, my God. You could tell right away. It was almost amazing. Even the Kimmer knew that one. That's a great beat. Michael Jackson with a Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder in 1995 on this day. ABC's Diane Sawyer interviewed Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie Presley on ABC's Primetime Live. Their first interview since their surprise marriage a year earlier, and was part of the publicity push for Michael Jackson's album His Story, Past, Present, and Future Book 1. Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie declared they were a normal married couple who hoped to have a baby. When asked if they had sex, they replied, yes, yes, yes. They also confirmed that a prenuptial agreement had been signed. So there you go. Anyway, okay, pretty creepy. Our birthday list includes for you old-timers. Yeah, doggies, if you ever saw the show Sanford and Sons, or Sanford and Son, or Sanford and Sons? Son? One son? Son one, yeah. Marla Gibbs played the maid Isabel. Marla Gibbs is still going strong at 93. Good for her. Lamont. Yeah, Lamont. And he became, wasn't he become a director or producer or something, if I recall? Maybe that.
Demond Wilson. Yeah. I don't know why I remember that name. Yeah.
Yep. And let's see, a little historical note here, if you don't mind, Sarah. 1943, Walter Barnett was a Jehovah's Witness in West Virginia, and he and others sued the state school board because the kids refused to salute the American flag in school, or salute any flag or any symbol. They were Jehovah's Witnesses and wouldn't salute the American flag. We're not talking about saying the Pledge of Allegiance or the Lord's Prayer or anything like that. We're talking about saluting the flag. The Supreme Court ruled you cannot force school children to salute Old Glory. 1943, during World War II, which is, again, freedom of choice, speech, stuff like that. You have, even if you don't like it, you have to, respect the results of. I don't like it. You don't have to, but it seems reasonable. 405. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? It's a beautiful sunny afternoon. Braves in town. Who are they playing? I forgot.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay, of course. Well, maybe we'll get a couple of wins out of this one, too. What's the matter?
Real quick, we got Ben on the line. He had a comment about, y'all talking about sand in your back pocket.
Okay. Ben, you're on the radio, man. What's going on? Hello. Hey, Ben.
All right, Ben, sorry.
Is he gone?
Yeah.
He probably. Well, the problem is when you're calling, if you're in your car, sound like he was in his car. Obviously, if you're listening to the radio, once you get on the phone, you need to turn the radio down and just listen through your headpiece or the phone. Is there a little beep when you put them on?
No idea.
Okay. Well, we should. Okay. Well, it used to be that there's a beat. You can tell you're on because the sound gets louder, and it's obviously you're all of a sudden talking. So anyway, some people, have a lot of folks. Nobody calls. Nobody calls anymore. There are no phone calls. People don't know how to make phone calls. Or seriously.
No, but you know why? Because of social media, you can vent anytime you want. You don't have to just call up.
That's right.
Wait for you to pick up the phone finally.
well, I'm going to vent here in a minute. 406, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder.
All right, I had it wrong. It's Bill. Bill is back.
Oh, I'm so Bill. Well, I was calling you by the wrong name. It's my fault entirely. Sorry. Now turn your radio down, Bill. Anyway, welcome aboard. You're up. Well, you got to turn your radio down. There you go.
This isn't rocket science.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. I hear you fine. Thank you, Bill. Please go right ahead.
Yeah, so Pete mentioned that he had sand cranes in his backyard, and I think you were trying to say sand hill cranes. And there are no sand hill cranes in Georgia in July. They migrate through here in March and in October on their way to and from Florida up to the upper Great Lakes. That was probably a great blue heron, Pete. So.
Oh yeah, there you go. That makes sense. I'll bet you're right, Bill. I'll bet you're exactly right. I'll bet that was a blue heron because those sand cranes. By the way, those sand cranes are enormous. I mean, they look like prehistoric monsters. Like really. Well, Bill, thank you.
Looking in the eye.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Bill. I really appreciate it. 407 Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. All right, a couple things. You may have seen yesterday we played the sound, or they have sounds all over the TV news these days, where, excuse me, President White Trash was at the podium with his bed buddy from Ukraine, and one of the reporters asked him a question, and President Washer Daughter didn't like it, and he said something like, "I wish you guys would play by the rules a little bit." And by the way, they announced we're going to take 2 questions from an American reporter and 2 questions from Ukrainian reporters. Okay, so first of all, they just live. I mean, that's just nonsense. That's not a news conference. That's a ridiculous so-called press availability. Anyway, so the first question, the guy tried to ask 2 questions, and President Washer Daughter said, "I wish you guys would play by the rules a little bit. Instead of asking 2 questions, you're asking me a whole other subject. I want to talk about the critical situation in Ukraine." Okay, so that's what happened. That's what started it. Now, the White House Correspondents Association has now released a statement pushing back against President Stupid Face, and Kelly O'Donnell from NBC. She's that red-haired chick who I think was having a little something during the Olympics. Remember that with Tom Brokaw? Man, they were a pair. They were hanging around real close together. That was back before she gained about 85,000 pounds. Anyway, and I'm sure she's a lovely gal in every way. So Kelly O'Donnell said the White House Correspondents Association believes it is in the public interest to make clear that at a presidential press conference at home or abroad, there are no preconditions regarding question topics. While the White House does determine the number of reporters the president will recognize, it is up to professional journalists to decide what to ask. Any leader may prefer that reporters ask only one question or ask only about a topic that's of most interest to the president or another world leader, but a free press functions independently. We welcome more opportunities to pose a range of questions to the president. You dirty, stinking, hypocrite, phony, freaking liars. Where have you been since Dorkhead Acosta would scream and yell at Donald Trump every single day for 4 freaking years? You White House press people didn't do squat for freedom of the press. You didn't do anything. You didn't do anything to control when President Washer Daughter made a quick comment, and then during the COVID China kill virus presidential campaign, and then he go back into his basement. Boy, he isn't talking to us. Oh, well, you sure really got upset about that one. You helped out the Hunter Biden business. You lied and cheated for the federal Gestapo investigation. You covered up all that stuff. You've been helping the White House from the very beginning. You dirty, freaking, phony, fraud, hypocrite bums. I mean, give me a freaking break. Seriously, and by the way, don't you have to submit questions in advance? And he has a list of who he's supposed to call. There's collusion, and you say, "Oh well, we can ask anything we want." You lying, dirty little liar. You're not going by your rules. You're going by his rules, and you have from the very freaking beginning. You've been doing this for 8 stinking years, censoring the Hunter Biden stuff, censoring what's going on with the DOJ, censoring what's happening with the Facebook and social media. When the Department of Justice had meetings with those guys, saying, "Hey, you don't want to print that. Be too bad something might happen to that nice little wife of yours." I mean, this is unbelievable. The whistleblowers had to do all this stuff, and you've been helping the White House from the very beginning. Oh, we have the free press to question any topic we want. You dirty freaking fraud. Seriously, this is the most closed, censor-ridden administration in the history of America. This is way worse than the plumbers leaking of Nixon. I mean, this is a whole philosophy. The Nixon people were out to get the press. This White House is in bed with the press. This is exactly the opposite and much worse. Much worse, because the reporters back then would try to get to the truth. They did, the White House tried to stop them from getting the information. In this case, the White House press people have been in cahoots with them for 8 freaking years. Hey, guy. Oh, we got a whole crowd in here. Oh, my God. It's baseball time. Hi, guys. Hey, how's it going, man? How are you? Look out. Here you go right now. Outstanding. It must be 30 people just walked in the ball game, so they're here to see that. And lots of girls gone. All right. No, it's fine. Anyway, you're freaking phonies. I mean, seriously, freaking dirty, stinking, Latin, rousy, freaking stinking phonies. And here's another thing they do, and I'll start this. We'll get to finish it a little later. I've got to slow down. Okay. Oh, we're doing great. I'm seriously. I know. I love that. No, take a picture. Come on in here. I dare you. I swear to God. You look like trouble to me, lady. And I don't even know what that means.
Want to make $8 the hard way?
You live alone? Do you have a dog? What's that alarm code over there? Oh, man. There's a couple of hotties just. Oh, jeez. You know, I can't. I got to close this window. It's on game days. I'm sorry. They're just walking in here with their little teeny skirts and their little sandals.
Focus.
Move along.
Hey, this is all I have. That was like that little exchange of these little hot girls waving and playing with the camera. It's like, dating a girl for a weekend or something. So anyway, all right, coming up, they're throwing it against the wall to see what sticks to get Donald Trump, just like they have been doing, and they're doing it again. Plus, the JFK and Jackie Kennedy, what she did in the morgue room when he was dead and naked. Yowie, coming up next, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. You don't want to miss that part.
It's time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast's premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
Have you seen these videos of Joe Biden, our president, at the G7 meeting? It's a meeting of the leaders of the world's top 7 economies, and Joe Biden looks completely lost. At one ceremony, he just wanders off mindlessly, and the Italian prime minister has to go up to him, grab him by the arm, and bring him back to the event. It's embarrassing for our country and very telling to our enemies. The leader of the greatest nation in the world, of the strongest military in the world, is senile and demented and can only act when carefully scripted and managed by somebody. Who? That brings up the question of, if you intend to vote Democrat in the next election, if you intend to vote for Joe Biden, just who are you really voting for? Barack Obama? Again, a lot of people think that's the case. George Soros? That's somebody that hates America almost as much as Obama did, or does. This is a very dangerous election, my friends. But one thing that can be said about the Republican candidate is, at least we know who we would be getting. We wouldn't have to guess at who's really calling the shots, at who's really making the decisions, at who's really making these proposals for new laws, regulations. Is there any truth to the saying that better the devil you know than the devil you don't know? You know Trump. You know he's a jerk, a big mouth. You also know he's decisive and loves America. The devil you know. Joe Biden, you don't even know who's yanking his chain right now. The devil you don't know. Think about it. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
Hey homeowners, Tug here with some exciting news. Southern Exteriors is your one-stop solution for top-notch exterior services, from roofing to siding, windows, gutters, and more. No more waiting. They can start on your project immediately. And with an in-house warranty division, Southern Exteriors stands by their work for years to come. From leaky roofs to faded siding, trust Southern Exteriors for a quick and lasting transformation. Don't wait. Transform your home today. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co now. Southern Exteriors, quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 4 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffer from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. There are lots of competitors that don't have the credentials that I have. When you go to other clinics, you're not going to see a board-certified physician with the experience that I have. When you come to our clinic, you're going to see me. There's just not not one therapy that can solve these complex issues. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Bronies, or PE issues. Total Body Therapy of Georgia, 404-777-1911, 404-777-1911, online at stopmyed.com.
It is so important to prepare in case of any emergency, and there's one place you can do that, and that's True Prep in Marietta on Cobb Parkway. But before you get into preparing, you need to know everything that goes into preparing. That's why they have all these great classes. They always have an intro to emergency preparedness class. What about a bug out bag? Make sure that you go to their class on that. And also, don't forget, they also do blood drives, everything else. It's your one-stop shop for preparedness. True Prep, Marietta, Cobb Parkway, or online, trueprep.com. That's TRUprep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep.
Well, Stephen, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, we can't offer you the position.
Why?
Well, we ran your background check, and there were several red flags.
Like what?
You were arrested 7 times for reckless driving.
So?
So you're applying for the school's bus driver position.
If you're in charge of hiring for your company, you know how helpful a background screening can be. That's why companies that use Horizon background screening make smarter hiring decisions. Don't let the wrong hire put your company at risk. Get the real story on your candidates at horizonscreening.com. horizonscreening.com.
Who's that girl? Marlo Thomas, maybe? 1987. Madonna played the first date of her Who's That Girl World Tour at Osaka Stadium, Japan. 1987, Madonna's tour became the highest grossing tour ever, $20 million in 1987. I assume that's probably not still true, but I don't know. I guess, I mean, it's when you think about it.
I think it was at the time because that was 1987.
Yeah, that was quite a while ago. But you think about it, what does the average venue hold? When someone goes on a tour, like at Marist Amphitheater, I live
anywhere from
400
10
yards
to
away.
15,000 probably with the lawn.
And if they're let's say they get, do most concerts sell out?
Depends on the artist.
Okay, but Madonna obviously would. I assume that the guys yesterday, Dave Matthews, they would have sold out. Yeah. So if you got like 8,000 people and it's $50 a ticket, that's $400,000 for one night or something. I mean, good grief. That's not too shabby.
Well, it's the promoter that takes all the risk.
Yeah. Yeah, if they don't show, somebody's got to pay for it.
Yeah, because the band still gets paid.
Yeah, and the venue has to get paid too. I assume that they get a chunk of it. Anyway, that was Madonna and a big grossing tour in 1987. And our birthday list includes, of course, Donald Trump, 78 today. And also the birthday list includes... here's an example. Steny Hoyer. Steny Hoyer is the House Majority Leader. He's not the Speaker, but Steny Hoyer is 85. I mean, it's 85. And he's still in Congress, and he's leading in Congress. Now, whatever. All right, let's see. Birthday, history. Here we go. 1973, famous baby doctor Benjamin Spock is convicted of conspiring to aid, abet, and counsel young men on how to dodge the draft. He was also convicted William Sloane Coffin, the chaplain at Yale. Dr. Spock was sentenced to 2 years in prison, but it was overturned on appeal. The same with the chaplain from Yale, William Sloane Coffin Jr., I believe it was, actually. The famous baby doctor, Dr. Spock. And boy, did that change everything, because every woman in America who was going to have a baby got his book. How to raise your baby, or I forget, infant child care, whatever. And of course,
see where it's gotten us.
Yeah, I know. Well, I know. But again, but the issues back then were whether to spank your child. I mean, it was some very, very basic stuff, and that was everybody had that book. And then when he all of a sudden started doing this kind of stuff, man, the whole world changed for better or for worse about him. Anyway, ladies, good to see you. You have a great day. Have a great time at the game. Bye bye. She's a doll. Oh my God, I love these girls. You know what I mean? I get such a kick. Everybody's so freaking angry all the time. When you go anywhere at all, and it's just, people are, they're looking at their phone, or they're upset about something, or they don't want to. I mean, when you see people who are just happy and smiling, it just does my heart good. And so if I react to people they're going to the ballpark, they're going to watch batting practice or whatever. I mean, they're just, and guys and their girlfriends and their wives. What a great time! I'm thrilled for them. Our 4 o'clock hour, speaking of being thrilled, indeed, is brought to you by our friends at Atlanta Safe House, home of the Kimmer safes. You need a safe you may not know it. Gun safes, pistol safes, jewelry safes, safes for your medical records, and they have a showroom in Ackworth. On the web, atlantasafehouse.com. Please tell them the Kimmer sent you. 422. All right, check this out. We got a couple of weird things. Did you ever get a chance to find that audio of Flounders available yet, or do you know? On the new Biden thing?
The sound?
Yeah.
He's in. It
may not be ready yet.
I mean, I've got it right here, but it just...
Oh, it won't come up?
Someone's trying to interview him, and you want me to play it now?
I got it. Well, let me start the story, and then you tell me whether this would fit, because, again, this is all happening now, so we haven't had a chance to check. Joe Biden, President Washer daughter, got really ticked off just recently, apparently, at a TikTok star. And I'm reading Pete sent this from the Daily Mail. He threatened to throw his phone at the White House party as the president scrambles to earn love from influencers. President Joe Biden lost his temper at a TikTok star during a special White House meeting with social media influencers, threatening to throw his phone across the room. Independent journalist and social media darling Jonathan Katz started recording Biden, pressing him about his support for Israel during the war in Gaza, asked him what he would do to prevent the genocide taking place with American-funded weapons. The president tried to sidestep it, claiming he was working to reduce casualties. When Katz pressed him on the issue, President Washer daughter said, "I know you're a typical press guy. You're grabbing me in front of all this, but I trust you about as far as I can throw your phone." Angrily, "I have a good arm, man. I can throw a long way." Started yelling at him. He's funny. Katz said he was approached by aides after the exchange and escorted away from the president. He wrote that he was surprised to get an invitation in the first place. He said it was ironic he invited to the White House after the president signed a bill banning TikTok. He revealed the guests at the place included David Cross from the show Arrested Development. He was a local guy. Actress Fran Drescher, Yvette Nicole Brown, the show Community. People from Veep, John Cryer from Hot Shots. Let's see, Matt Friend, people from Under the Desk, new people I don't know. As the exchange with Katz revealed, many young progressives on TikTok are angry at the White House because of Biden's support for the Israeli war in Gaza. And let's see, Biden campaign spent $2 million. Times reported they're working furiously to build an army of social media supporters who will create pro-Biden content for social media. Well, it's not working so far, but they'll try anything. Anyway, now, Flounder, did you say you have some audio of that exchange, or
it's only
did I explain
10 seconds, so here it is.
Okay.
And I know you're a typical press guy. You're grabbing me in front of this all of a sudden. And I trust you as far as I throw your phone. I have a good arm, man. I can throw it a long way. But my point is this.
Yeah. And that, I mean, it's just, and again, this whole White House correspondent thing, what a bunch of freaking phonies. Finally, someone does a teeny little bit of an aggressive style of reporting, and he's all upset about it now. And I mean, it's just these freaking dirty, stinking liars. They were supposed to be the most open administration, remember, ever. The most open administration in history. No more mean tweets. If you say anybody says anything bad about anybody else in my administration, they're fired immediately. And everyone, wait to hear what Nancy Pelosi's been saying. Here, coming up in a second. First, Flounder, if you would. Donald Trump on Truth Social apparently last night revealed some of the highlights. Now, because the debate's coming up in just a week? Oh, my God, is it next week? When's the debate? Here in it's like 10 days or something. It's 7 or 8 days, I think.
Close. Yeah.
Anyway, and so here now is an example of the highlights of all the incredibly, really gifted speech patterns of the President of the United States.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping.
What? She knows so long as I deny our freedom can never be secured. We'll never forget lying around and him lying around actually.
It is noteworty that the percentage of women who register to vote and cast a ballot is consistently higher than the percentage of the men who do so. End of quote. Repeat the line.
Repeat the line.
I'll need an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
What?
What?
And again, now the White House has had to explain, no, he wasn't wandering around aimlessly that everybody saw. I mean, we saw it. We saw we saw it. No, you didn't. No, you didn't see that at all. He was
what's the last thing? Orwell says, he says, the last lie they put out is don't believe what you see or hear, just believe what we tell you
right.
happened.
We saw him. We saw everything. It was he was on guard duty looking for snipers.
Can I clear something up about all these liberals talking about the genocide of the Palestinians?
Yeah.
Let me, what is genocide?
A genocide is the deliberate attempt to remove an entire population species from the planet.
Kill them.
Yeah, kill them all.
Okay.
Get rid of an entire population of people.
Okay. Gaza is a small little strip of flat land next to an ocean, surrounded by enemies pretty much. We have the largest and best military in the world. If we wanted to commit genocide on these people, they would have been gone in 3 hours.
Yeah, it'd be 2 bomb runs. It'd be over. Seriously. Yeah.
It would take less than a day to kill them all.
Yeah.
So I'm tired of hearing about this. Genocide is killing everybody. Why are we taking a year to do it then? We're not doing that.
And by the way, even if they claim that we're supporting Israel trying to commit suicide, Israel could wipe them out in 3 hours too. I mean, it really wouldn't be a problem. So, I mean, again, but that's what they do. I've got a couple examples of things I want to get to. But first, Swatoon's on the radio. Welcome. Happy Friday there, Swatoon. How's it going? What's up?
Hey, what's up, Kimmer? You were talking earlier about everybody being angry, and you're right. I mean, I turn on social media, everybody's screaming, yelling, cussing. Then the TV, same story. And now I'm listening to this radio show 3 to 6, and the host is just screaming all the time.
Very funny.
Happy Father's Day, Kimmer.
All right, man. Happy Father's Day to you and your sweet family. All right, man. Yeah, that's fine.
Hey, remember, fathers eat for free at Chick-fil-A on Father's Day.
I did not know that. I guess, do you have to prove you have a picture or something, or you have to be with your family? Or are you lying? Did you make that up?
No, just show up on
Poor
Sunday.
Chick-fil-A. Uh-oh. That may not be true.
All you got to do is show up on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Every Chick-fil-A open on Sunday for Father's Day will give you free everything you want. No question about it. Let's see, 404-741-1230. Oh, my God. All right, coming back here in a second. Talking about hate speech. And also, Fanny the Floozy's all upset because we're calling her Fanny. There's a heartbreaker. We got him. And the JFK thing. I don't know. And it's almost too creepy to mention. There's a few things in there, but I'm going to do it. Coming up next, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Flounder's funny. It's Holy Crap at Sports a little later, too. Braves are in town, and life is good. All right, look out. Here we go.
Latest breaking news to the conservative voices you know and trust. Your best new follow on social media is Extra 1063. We're at XTRA 1063 on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and LinkedIn, and pretty much any social media you scroll through every day. And we drop exclusive giveaways, new daily content, and the latest breaking news from Georgia and across this great nation. Interact with your favorite Extra personalities. Get the latest on our live events, and so much more. Follow at Extra 1063 across all your social media and keep up with Atlanta's only conservative voice.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Ownwell. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ownwell.com/terms. Estimate based on your neighborhood average, and individual results may vary.
Here in Atlanta, we've got history, good food, sky view, and outrageous sky-high property taxes. Sometimes with a bill 5 times higher than other Georgia counties. But luckily, there's Ownwell. Ownwell can appeal and reduce your property taxes and potentially save you thousands of dollars.
And right now, you can sign up for free by texting LEARN to 64,000.
You don't have to be an expert to save thousands of dollars every year, because Ownwell's cutting-edge technology and local tax experts do all the legwork for you. And you only pay if you save. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the view.
Sign up now
Free. Don't pay unless you save. Text LEARN to 64,000. Text LEARN to 64,000. Text LEARN to 64,000.
Hey sandwich lovers, today's your lucky day. There's a whole new way to roll for lunch or dinner delight with Nucky's Hoagies in the Roswell Corners Shopping Center. Now open. Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell is family owned and operated by the Sub-Sisters, Stacy and Shannon, whose love language is food and Nucky's Hoagies, their passion. When you bite into a Nucky's Hoagie, you'll taste the difference. The softest hoagie rolls ever, along with hunger-quenching sandwich combinations. Make Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell on Woodstock Road your new favorite spot for lunch or dinner.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
The future of business in Georgia is bright, and Georgia Power is a driving force behind the businesses and organizations that are vital to the growth of the state. Organizations like Georgia Tech.
Hi, this is Jay Batten, Director of Athletics here at Georgia Tech. This is an incredible place. The history of success, the coaches that have been here, everybody from Heisman to Coach Dodd to Coach Curry to Coach Ross, and even now to Coach Key. We've got this tremendous history of success. This is an anchor here in Midtown Atlanta. This is such a growing, vibrant market, particularly for college sports. You know, Atlanta has one of the highest percentages of college sports fans for any major metro. The work being done over my shoulder is a first of many steps towards our continued evolution towards the very highest level and reestablishing Georgia Tech athletics at that championship caliber. We continue to invest in the fan experience here in Bobby Dodd.
To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping businesses big and small, visit GeorgiaPower.com and tune in all year to discover how they're powering the future of Georgia.
Your Atlanta Braves are wanted in Texas this summer for the 2024 MLB All-Star Game. All fans who vote for the Atlanta Braves as their favorite club will receive an offer for 20% off 4 tickets to a game at Truist Park from June 14th through the 30th in select locations. Make sure the Braves take over Texas for the Midsummer Classic. Visit Braves.com/vote to cast your ballot for Marcell Ozuna, Matt Olson, and all your favorite Braves. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves country.
Mike Rowe here with a few thoughts on my favorite sweatshirt. A classic zip-up hoodie that used to be navy blue but has since faded to what the fashionistas call a distressed indigo. It's 13 years old, soft as a flannel bathrobe, and after a few hundred dirty jobs, demonstrably and undeniably indestructible. This is the kind of sweatshirt girlfriends like to permanently borrow. But I've held on to this one because I got it from American Giant. American Giant makes all their stuff right here in the USA so they can control every link in their own supply chain. That matters because when you buy American Giant, you not only get great quality, you create jobs for people in factory towns all over the country. No pressure, but if you give a damn about the business of making things in America, you got to support the companies who are doing it right. Go to American-Giant.com/Mike to get 20% off your first order. That's American-Giant.com/Mike.
A little Pinkster. Pink Floyd looking at you. It was 1987. 30 hired hands moved 800 rented beds onto Saunton Sands in North Devon for Storm Thorgerson to shoot what would be the cover of the forthcoming Pink Floyd album, A Momentary Lapse of Reason. Rain interrupted the shoot. The team was forced to do the whole damn thing 2 weeks later. 800 rented big hospital beds. Good for anyway, whatever. Pink Floyd. I don't remember that album. I don't remember anything other than Dark Side of the Moon. And the way, no offense, it was a big, huge fan of Pink Floyd. And I think I got him a Pink Floyd hat every year for Christmas about 4 years in a row, forgetting that I'd already gotten him a Pink Floyd hat the year before.
You look forward to that every year.
Well, he knew he was going to get a new hat. 436, give Peter Florida as a birthday list includes Donald Trump, of course, 78 I mentioned. Boy George, 63. Culture Club. Boy George, big hits. Comma, Chameleon. Do You Really Want to Hurt Me? Time, Clock of the Heart. I like that song, Comma Chameleon, and Do You Really Want to Hurt Me? I thought those were good songs. If they were on the radio, I'd listen to them. And is he like a screaming, like leader of a certain thing or anything? He's not really known for being outrageous or outlandish, is he, or is he? Boy George? Not really? Okay. Let's see. On this day in history, in 1961, country legend Patsy Cline sustained serious head injuries and a broken hip after she was thrown from through her windshield during a car wreck in Madison, Tennessee. 1961, Patsy Cline recovered and then 2 years later died in a plane crash. Patsy Cline, the country legend. Boy, she had some great songs. What a voice. And on this day in history, in case you didn't hear us earlier, 1775, the Second Continental Congress founded the Continental Army for the common defense of the nation, considered the birth of the United States Army. On this day, 1775. The next day, George Washington was named Commander-in-Chief. 404-741-1230. 404-741-1230. Braves are in town. We got Holy Crap at Sports coming up. We got Flounders Funnies coming up. And again, this is a little creepy. There's a new book coming out. Maureen Callahan's new book about the Kennedy family thing, a biography. Untold Secrets of the Assassination, his insatiable addiction to sex, Jackie's behavior in the hospital room and stuff. I'll read a little bit of it here. And some of it's pretty weird. The day that he was assassinated, Jackie Kennedy went to put on her sunglasses, and the president said, no, please don't. They really came to see you. They were driving at Dealey Plaza. She heard screams. The youngest president turned to her in his back seat. His expression was puzzled. He held his hand out to Jackie, then dropped it, and a chunk of his head came flying off. White, pink, not pink. Then he was slumped in her lap, his blood and brains all over her face and her legs. She said, "My God, what are they doing? My God, they've killed my husband, Jack." The Secret Service agent Clint Hill saw the terror in his eyes. "Get us to a hospital," he screamed. Jackie never once asked if she had been hit. She never asked if any of the blood was hers. She never flinched from the sheer carnage in that back seat. Her only concern was Jack. At the hospital, she refused to let anyone near the president. Jackie shrunk down toward the floor of the car, pressing Jack's head tightly to her chest. If she couldn't save the president's life, at least she could try to save his dignity. Now, a little bit more, and I'll do some of this later on for you. I think it's, again, this is a book by Maureen Callahan, the Kennedy biography, I guess, Untold Secrets. In fact, I'm not even sure I have the name of the book in here. That may be the title, Untold Secrets. Anyway, a nurse named Doris stood outside the curtain and said to Jackie, "You can't go in." The former demure Jackie, tougher than anyone knew, shoved her aside. "I'm going in that room," said Jackie. She had another voice, not the airy, high-pitched one she used in public, but a deep, resonant one she used in private. "It's my husband. His blood, his brains are all over me." The night before, the last time she and Jack would ever make love, they'd been hoping for another baby. The newborn that very morning, starting her period, her first since losing their newborn baby Patrick a few weeks earlier. Patrick lived less than 2 days. The curtain parted. Jackie dropped to her knees and prayed. A surgeon came in, performed CPR for 10 minutes anyway. Jackie pressed her cheek against Jack. She stared at his mouth and thought how beautiful it was. God, stop that phone. I've been turning it off 9 freaking times. I can't. It's not lowering. All right. The night before I made love, boom, bam. She hadn't thought survived the loss. Patrick died less than 2 days later. The curtain parted. Jackie dropped to her knees. She did CPR for 10 minutes anyway. Then Jackie pressed her cheek against Jack's. She stared at his mouth and thought how beautiful it was. 2 priests came in to deliver last rites. After everyone left, alone with her husband for the final time, Jackie kissed his naked body everywhere. His mouth, his chest, his legs, yes, everywhere. For all Jack's women, she was the last to possess him. Part 1. There's more. There's a lot of stuff about. No. I mean, that's kind of. Well, again, I'm sorry, but that's that. You know, I mean, the Kennedy assassination, the people in at least my age bracket, now you guys are probably bored to hell out of that thing, but I'm telling you what, you don't remember, if you remember, if anything, nothing else, you remember where you were when Kennedy got shot. I mean,
we know why they waited so long before some of the facts actually came out, because they knew people would nut up back then and raise hell. Yeah. Now people, like, everyone that really cared is dead.
Yeah, mostly. And again, and coming up, in fact, I'm going to describe in this book some of his behavior, which is as cold-hearted as anything I've ever heard described from any married couple. So if you're a big Kennedy fan, you may not want to read this.
The fact that we still don't know who assassinated him shows we know who assassinated him.
Yeah. Well, what gets me is they say Lee Harvey Oswald did it. He was a former Marine and everything else. However, every sharpshooter the FBI could find took that rifle and tried to fire the same number of rounds, the same amount of time, and the same else, and they could not do it. You can't tell me that Lee Harvey Oswald, that smarmy little, Cuban-loving goof who went to Russia to learn how to do whatever, was a better shot than anybody sharpshooter in the federal. Well, I don't know. I mean, and again, the grassy knoll. I mean, really, there's got to be more that they're keeping secret, and I don't know what's the point. Everybody's dead. Anyway, all right.
Well,
what?
So they can keep doing stuff like that.
I guess. Nancy Pelosi, man, talk about hate speech. Holy cow! I'm so tired of this, of these freaking accusations. Nancy Pelosi is going to go to hell when she died. Is calling former President Donald Trump an imposter. Again, election denier. And they're still denying the election. She called Donald Trump an imposter. Someone should stage an intervention. He knows he's wacky, she told Lawrence O'Donnell on MSNBC. What a disgrace he is, too. He knows he's an imposter, but I do wish there would be an intervention from his family, assuming they love him beyond the resources, that they would intervene. Republican Party itself should have an intervention. They've become a cult to a thug. It's really a tragedy. She called him going back to see the Capitol building as a return to the scene of the crime. We cannot let this be whitewashed. Yeah, we're a cult now. We're a cult of a bunch of thugs.
Just like the rest of the libs, they're in full-blown panic mode.
I'm so sick of these freaking charges. And they're the people who are supposed to bring the country together and be united and never say a bad thing and never use any bad language, never be divisive and hate-filled. The most vicious hate speech you've ever heard has been from Democrats for the last 8 years. And they just prove it again. Cult, telling me I'm a danger to our democracy, which we don't have. Telling me that I'm a white supremacist, please.
I'm a proud danger to democracy.
I'm a danger to this democracy. I want to go back to the constitutional republic, which we have if we can keep. I'm definitely a danger to this democracy. I know. Anyway, Nancy Pelosi, once again, vicious, hate-filled, divisive language to try to divide the nation. Instead of when's the last time you heard anybody seriously try to bring everybody together from this administration? Ever. It's from day one. Remember him coming out on the 4th of July with a fiery red and the Marines there to talk about MAGA Republicans being a danger to this country. Sicking people on school board meetings, federal agents and stuff. I mean, this is unfreaking believable. I don't know why my phone will not turn down. I swear to God.
You on your phone?
Well, well, first of all, I think this one is from... oh, no, this is a political one, but it's from my daughter, and she was in Iceland. My daughter, Sarah, went to Iceland on a girls' trip, and I got a million pictures I could put on and stuff. Anyway, so they're at the time zone stuff, everything's, so they're trying to, I thought I turned it down, and the damn thing wouldn't go down. I'm sorry. It's my fault, and I screwed up. So it's, that's me, and that's me. Oh, God. Anyway, Flounders Funny's coming up. We have also, it is Flag Day and the birth of the U.S. Army, but, and I forgot to mention, the vehicles are all over the place here. If you're in the Battery, you can see some actually Army wartime vehicles, half-track, weapons carriers and stuff like that coming up. And here's our birthday boy, boy George, 446. Well, Pete Davis calling me now. Very funny. Give her Pete Flounder. Take it easy. How about that? Man who doesn't know how to sell a contradiction. You come and go. You come and go. Come.
Baseball is always on the Fan and streaming on the Fan app.
Bounce up the middle, might get through. It does! Rattle around third. Here comes the throw. It's late. Braves win!
The Fan streams every single Braves game all season totally free on the 680 The Fan app, on your smart speaker, and online at 680thefan.com. So don't miss a pitch.
You come at the Kings, you better not miss.
Grab the all-new Fan app now for Apple or Android.
Neil Borch here. Maybe you've already taken the steps to improve your health, maybe save your life. You're using a CPAP for your sleep apnea. I've been using one for well over 20 years. So right now, I'm here to tell you about a source for CPAPs and CPAP supplies here in the Atlanta area. CPAPs, etc. They're in Alpharetta. They have whatever you need. Roddy and Sharon are your CPAP experts, and they'll ship nationwide. More information, CPAPs.com.
So you conquered the hardest part. You found the one, got approval from the family, shopped for the engagement ring, and you popped the question. Nice job. But you're not done. It's time to plan the wedding. Pick the dress, pick your tux, plan the honeymoon, and yes, find the perfect wedding bands. Well, you're in luck because Wedding Band Weekend is back at Solomon Brothers Jewelers. June 21st through the 23rd is the perfect time to stop in and shop all of the top brands in the industry. You'll find the ring of her dreams. And here is the best part. During Wedding Band Weekend, when you purchase her qualifying ring, you'll get your ring absolutely free. So don't miss Wedding Band Weekend, June 21st through the 23rd in Buckhead, Alpharetta, and Sharpsburg. And at Solomon Brothers, no matter the price, you'll find something nice. You can also shop online at SolomonBrothers.com and on Instagram at Solomon Brothers. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, the preferred jeweler of the Atlanta Braves.
My name is Pamela Conley. I've worked for Bruce Hagen for 22 years. It's been the best years of my life, and not everyone can say that about their jobs. I'm the intake specialist for new clients, so I am the voice you hear when you call our office and the first face you see when you come by. I love sharing my years of experience with people and alongside Bruce, helping them through what is so often a really hard time. My name is Pamela Conley, and I work for Bruce Hagen. Let him work for you. Hagen-law.com.
It's the unsung hero of your home, your garage door. You never think about it. You just hit the button and it opens until it doesn't. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. So you're ready for a new garage door. At All Four Seasons, we offer fast service, affordable prices, and a huge selection of styles, colors, and custom features. Improve your curb appeal, lower your energy bill, secure your home, and increase your property value. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.com.
Tax season can be stressful, but it's also a wake-up call. It's time to think beyond April and plan for your future. At Master Plan Retirement Consultants, we're not just advisors, we're your partners in building a secure retirement. At Master Plan Retirement Consultants, we understand the challenges Georgians face. That's why we offer personalized strategies to maximize your retirement income, minimize taxes, and ensure you never outlive your assets. Join the Master Plan family and let us guide you through every financial milestone. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your appointment today. Master Plan Retirement Consultants, where your journey and destination are both important. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation today.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Here we go. The Piano Man.
What's the matter with the clothes I'm wearing? Can't you tell that your tie's too wide?
I like a lot of his songs, Billy Joel.
Maybe I should buy some old tab collars. Welcome back to the age
And
of
he
jive.
wasn't able to keep that magnificent modeled wife of his happy, I guess. Billy Joel, 1980. How unusual for a beautiful girl not to be. I'm sorry. Billy Joel began a 6-week run at number 1 on his album chart, Glass Houses. Second U.S. number 1 album. Features his number 1 first song to peak at number 1 on Billboard singles. It's Still Rock and Roll to Me. Right here. First one to peak at number 1. That's hard to believe. In 1980? Well, I guess so. Hi, Billy Joel. Let's see. A couple of war history type things here. 1940, this very day, German tanks roll into Paris. As the mayor said, table for 12,000, monsieur? And then the Gestapo started rounding up the usual suspects for interrogation and torture as a giant swastika flew beneath the Arc de Triomphe, and loudspeakers would proclaim there's a curfew, get in your homes, when they rolled into Paris on tanks. That was 1940. Same day, 1954, duck and cover. Boy, do I remember this. In school hallways, there was a nationwide drill for the Civil Defense Plan in case of a nuclear attack during the height of the Cold War in 1954. The drill was to simulate 12 million Americans dying. Welcome to third grade. Seriously. I mean, that's what it was like. Duck and cover my ass. I mean, nobody, who knew? I mean, that's what he's supposed to, like, he wouldn't be incinerated. I mean, seriously. Anyway, to the phones. Roswell Tim, how's it going, man? Welcome aboard. What's up?
Hey, Kimmer, good old Friday.
Yes, sir.
My brother knew John Connolly, the governor that was in the limo with JFK.
Yeah, and got shot.
He went through his arm, I believe it was, and he asked him about the pristine bullet.
Yeah.
And he would not elaborate, but he said no way.
Well, I remember talking about them. It might have been just on the podcast, but I remember, Pete, you might remember this too, that one of the Secret Service agents, I believe, found the bullet and put it in his pocket so it wouldn't get lost or something. I mean, there's a whole series of events that happened gathering evidence, which is still a little askance at this review, if I'm not remembering properly. But there's go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
The group that did the investigation, was it the Warren Report?
Yeah.
I think the name of it.
Yeah, Warren Commission.
They probably have those in boxes behind the garage where the UFOs are parked.
Yeah, there you go. Next to Biden's Corvette. Roswell, thanks, man. 453. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. By the way, here's another part of this book. And again, this is kind of a sad thing. Jack left to go on an overseas trip. Jackie woke up in agony. She was rushed to the hospital where she gave birth by emergency cesarean section to a little girl she called Arabella. The baby was stillborn. Jackie came out of anesthesia at 2 o'clock in the morning. It was her brother-in-law, Bobby Kennedy, who broke the news, held her hand, and made the excuse she badly wanted to believe. Jack was still at sea, unreachable in the Mediterranean. Of course, Jack was reachable in the Mediterranean. Bobby knew because he'd already spoken to his brother. Jack told Bobby over the phone about the stillborn birth. Jack said, "What's done is done. The baby's lost. I see no point in cutting short my holiday." Mourning a child she was never allowed to see, Jackie got the message. Her husband couldn't or wouldn't bother with comforting her or grieving for their baby. She was so weak and depressed she couldn't even attend the burial. It was Bobby who stood over Arabella's coffin while Jack was sailing with his starlets and bikini babes off the south of France, drinking, smoking cigars, and having fun. Jackie said, "I'm never going back." She wanted not just a divorce, but an annulment from the Catholic Church. When Jack heard this, self-preservation kicked in. 3 days later, 10 days after the stillbirth, he suddenly materialized in Jackie's hospital room. That was Jack Kennedy and Jackie at the time of their marriage. And there's more from this story. Again, this is a new biography from Maureen Callahan, Untold Secrets of the Assassination. And we'll talk. I'll do some more later a little bit now. 455. I mean, what a shame. I mean, just, but it's a Kennedy. It was real. Let's see. Boom, boom, bomb, boom. I don't even know where to start here. God, it's a great way to start. Nucky's Hoagies with Little Flounders Funnies right here.
Yeah, like with this air fryer, like when do you even put the air in?
That's what I wonder.
And where do you dump the used air? Like I've been dumping my used oil in my neighbor's yard for 25 years. Tradition, I come from a long line of deep fryer people. My dad got out of the Navy and he took a job with a deep fryer repair company. Yeah, they had like their own U-Pull-It parts yard out in the back. You need a heater coil for a 760 Frymaster. You talk to my dad. The name of the company is called Presto. As in presto, your cholesterol just went up 400 points.
Who's that there,
Mr.
Walter?
Tim Harmston right there.
Tim Harmston, there you go.
Talking about the air fryer.
450, and again, I use mine every night. That's how I cook my chicken tater tot pops and all the rest of it. So I use it every single night. And it's so simple and easy, and I never thought I remember I kind of fought against it. And then our sweet lady Kimmer podcast listeners.
Someone shipped you one, didn't they?
They sent it right to my house, and I said, I'm plugging this baby in, and I didn't know how to work it or anything, but I figured it out. So, how simple can it be? Anyway, so I love my air fryer. 457. Again, some sad news today. If you're a radio broadcast fan and you remember Shannon Burke, every Thursday at 5 o'clock, we would have Shannon Burke join us, and we would join his show down in Florida, Man Country Radio. And we were partners in crime on the radio here in Atlanta for many years before we all got blown out because they sold our radio station. So we all lost our jobs, and that was pretty much the end of, my nest egg. But the podcast didn't really, turn out to be very financially successful. So anyway, now we're back at work. And Shannon Burke just yesterday found last night, sent a video on our Facebook page, and it's of him naked in his pool with an important announcement, and they sold his radio station down in Florida. So they're all now out of work. Did George Soros buy it? Probably. I mean, that's what they're doing. The leftists took over ours for the money, and we were we made all the money. Anyway, whatever. They wanted, because we were so successful, they wanted that signal. I have no idea whether they're using it. I don't know. I'll bet you it's not making any money that we were making, our company. Anyway, whatever. So
it's going to California, that money.
That's right.
California.
That's right. Shannon Burke, anyway, has lost his job along with the rest of the crew. And I hope we'll still be able to talk to him. In fact,
because he's going to be doing his podcast, so we'll still talk to him every Thursday, hopefully.
Or for that matter, if you want to get him, wants to join us next week when he's got nothing to do, if he wants to kind of commiserate or something, we can have him anytime he wants to.
Absolutely. I'll check with him.
Just say if he wants to join us Monday afternoon. In fact, ask what it was like saying goodbye to all his friends for a second time and the start of the new life.
Well, this is his third time. He's been.
That's right too.
This is 3 times. Yeah. And the funny thing is, I was chatting with him. It's either been a Hispanic radio or religious radio.
That's what happened to us. Yeah. Well, somebody's got the money. I guess it's working for somebody. Anyway. By the way, it's 4:59 already, almost here. I've seen a lot of radar cops out lately in places where they're not normally located. Just be careful. I never speed around here, boy, I'll tell you. In Roswell and Milton and Alpharetta, they're in very, 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 very a good place. So just be careful out there. And what's that?
We'll do it after first. What were you going to say? Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say also I miss my Harleys because I've seen an awful lot of Harleys, right? I mean, now you're all over the place. And, of course, I have my chopper, but it's broken. My custom chopper still needs a motor. And I sold my cop Harley, my Copsicle. So I see him and I just, I had a Harley for a long time, so I can't complain. Coming up on 5 o'clock, holy crap, at sports, all the latest on the news. President Stupid Face has done it again. He refused to go to the peace meeting that they wanted him to. Instead, flew back to California to be with George Clooney to have a fundraiser instead of talking peace for world stuff. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 5 o'clock. Look out.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches.
They won't prosecute. I'm Tom Gray on Fox News. The Justice Department says Attorney General Merrick Garland will not be prosecuted. This despite the House finding him in contempt of Congress.
The Justice Department says it will not bring the congressional contempt citation before a grand jury or take any other action to prosecute Attorney General Merrick Garland. An assistant attorney general notified House Speaker Mike Johnson 2 days after the House narrowly approved a contempt citation over Garland refusing to turn over audio of President Biden's interview with a special counsel investigating the mishandling of classified documents. In a letter to the Speaker, the Justice Department official says, consistent with long-standing and uniform practice, the department has determined the response by the Attorney General to the subpoenas issued did not constitute a crime. Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Pope Francis became the first pontiff to address the G7 summit in Italy. He warned about artificial intelligence and called on politicians to act. The ongoing Russian invasion in Ukraine also remains a major concern.
An objective of this summit was delivering a warning that Beijing must not help Russia in its war on Ukraine. At yesterday's press conference, President Zelensky indicated he didn't think this was a big issue, citing a call that he had with President Xi. Biden didn't leave that claim unaddressed and chimed in to counter Zelensky's comment.
By the way, China is not supplying weapons, but the ability to produce those weapons and the technology available to do it. So it is, in fact, helping Russia.
It's unclear when this conversation happened. The last talk between Xi and Zelensky we know of was last April.
That's Fox's Jackie Heinrich in Italy. Meantime, G7 leaders agreeing to set in motion a $50 billion loan in order to help Ukraine. On Wall Street, Mill stocks finishing the day mixed. The Dow falling 58 points. S&P 500 giving up 2, while the NASDAQ gained 21. America's listening to Fox News.
You know, our friends at Henry Repeating Arms, they manufacture a line of very high quality rifles, shotguns, and revolvers that you can be very proud to own. Now, they're made in America with parts and materials also from America. Now, they use old world craftsmanship combined with cutting edge technology to deliver reliable and accuracy that you can trust in any situation. Now, they're easy to use and maintain. It makes them an excellent choice for both a novice and experienced shooter. Henry has over 200 models, so you can find the firearm that's right for you. There's also new releases all throughout the year, and every purchase is backed by their lifetime warranty and the company's owner. Anthony Imperato also gives his personal guarantee for 100% satisfaction. Now, make sure you go to their website, henryusa.com, order their free catalog. They'll send you free decals and a list of dealers where you are. That's henryusa.com. Free catalog, free decals, and a list of dealers where you are. You're going to love this company and these firearms like I do.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of blank. Ready on your dog target. Hair, help, hair, acrylic, hair from first one to the rear. Hair, help, hair, road guards out. Hair, help, hair. Julio, it's only me. It's only the Kimmer. How you doing? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Let it rip Friday. Anything goes. Braves are back in town. 503 Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Here's the number. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. Father's Day is Sunday. And again, if you've had a feud with your father, and you would like to make up to your father. I know, look at Pete Davis on YouTube. Shut up. I'm going to do it anyway. No one ever does it. It never worked anyway, but I'm going to offer.
Why do you say it?
Well, because I think it's the right thing to do. I'm trying to be a helper and a bridge maker. If you have had a thing going on with your father, no matter male, female, how old, or anything else, if you've had a thing and you would like to somehow reach out and you're not sure what to do, I'm actually offering, if you want to give me his phone number, I will call your father, and I can do it on the air, and I won't put him on the air. I'll just put my voice on the air to say that I've been talking with your son, daughter, whatever, and just to let you know that no matter what's happened, water under the bridge and so forth, that she loves you and is thinking hope you have a happy day on Sunday for Father's Day, and wishes you the best, and hope one day that everything will be happier than it is right now. Boom, pow, hang up, and off go.
That's scintillating radio right there. I sure hope somebody calls.
Well, wouldn't it be
Woo! One-sided phone conversations, man. That's what I live for.
Those are the most fun kind. Actually, you know when that really worked, and this is a true story. I remember the first time I actually saw somebody pull it off. It was who's the fat guy with the white hair used to do the commentaries on CBS 60 Minutes, and now commentary with the fat guy with the bushy eyebrows. Oh, come on, the commentary guy.
I don't remember his name.
Oh, God, that's the most famous personality in television.
Well, please.
Oh, God, somebody, 404-741-1230. Come on, 60 minutes. Oh,
no one cares. No one cares. He's dead. He's gone.
Well, he pulled off the conversation by saying, "Oh, so you're telling me that you really hated the guy in the first place? Is that right?" Stuff like that. So you can pretty much say anything you want. But oh God, I almost had his name. Big bushy eyebrows and big fat white-haired guy. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 506. We got Holy Crap Sports coming up. What?
You want to hear what we're having to face in the media
Andy Rooney?
Andy Rooney.
Andy Rooney.
He wasn't fat, though.
Oh,
No,
well, he was okay. Well, he seemed chubby to me. He seemed like he had kind of a lot pudgy. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yes, sir.
Another example of the media being just complete propagandists and BS liars, or else they're just stupid.
Mm-hmm.
There's a girl named Jamie Gangle, works for CNN.
Yeah, I know that name.
And she's got a colleague, Donnie O'Sullivan. Okay. Who also works for CNN. So Jamie just posted this on Twitter a few hours ago. CNN's Donnie O'Sullivan explores why many MAGA Republicans are claiming that America is a republic, not a democracy.
You could look it up.
Not everybody.
Let's see, that's page number. I mean, my God.
That's a special kind of stupid right there. How do you fight that?
Well, you can't. I'm looking at it right now. Headlines on fire. Dems and media run wild with a Milwaukee report. They're going nuts over this business with throwing bad news against the wall and seeing what sticks. This whole business with Donald Trump was in Wisconsin. He was meeting with, he was talking about going to Wisconsin for the Republican convention this summer. And a story came out that said Donald Trump called Milwaukee a horrible city. And when that exploded yesterday with a guy called Punch Bowl News, a guy named Jake Sherman reported that Trump said that Milwaukee, where we're having our convention, is a horrible city, unquote. And the libs and the media went nuts. And they're all saying, oh, my God, oh, my God. Well, the fact of the matter is a slew of the congressmen who were there saying that's not even close. He never said any such thing. One said he was talking about crime. Another, the woman who, in fact, started it is a representative, Claudia Tenney, a Republican from New York, and she posed the question that led to the entire mention about Milwaukee. And she said that Donald Trump was hammering on voter fraud and election integrity, talking about policy. He was setting forth the policies he thinks are going to be the winning policies. The same question I've said in the media, every interview I've done, worried the Democrats are concerned about winning on process, not policies. And Democrats are doing it. So he said he was talking about their voter fraud in places. They're identifying 19 areas where they know there's voter fraud or attempts to prime the pump in favor of Democrats. And he said it was a horror show. The voter fraud, we're targeting these areas. My impression is we're talking about voter fraud. It was a horrible place of what's going on in Milwaukee with voter fraud. And that's what he was talking about. But the fake story came out that Donald Trump said Milwaukee's a horrible city. So the homewreckers on MSNBC, Morning Joe, and that little tramp that broke up her family and broke up his family, Rika, they were drinking Milwaukee beer this morning on television. So the media now is going nuts saying Donald Trump hates Milwaukee. Everybody's talking about it. And again, it's more fake news. They can eat it up. The same thing with that Russian hooker urinating on him at the Ritz-Carlton in Moscow. The same thing with the Russian collusion. The same thing with all this stuff. They just say it. And here's the thing. Somebody reported it. And so the media says, oh my God, did you hear what Trump said about Milwaukee? And then they all report it, even though it's all fake. It's a lie. Somebody starts it, and they pick it up. And that's what they do. Talk about fake elections. This is the kind of stuff that leads to information that gives people the wrong idea what they're doing to vote. I mean, this is a perfect example of what these Democrats will do.
If it works in the polls in Wisconsin, expect them to come out with him saying he hates Detroit and he hates Richmond and he hates Scranton. And
seems to be working. It's all they're still talking about. It's all over the news since yesterday. It's lead stories and stuff everywhere. I mean, it's my God. And again, Nancy Pelosi calling us all thugs. We're in a cult. Republicans are in a cult. If you vote for Donald Trump, you're a thug and you're in a cult. Oh, really? Well, say that to my face, you punk.
That's a step up from fascists and Nazis.
Well,
they've been calling us.
That's true. Yeah, danger to my country, I guess, is a little worse than that. Again, those are fighting words to me. You can't say that to me. Who the hell do you think you are? The hate speech out of these people has never been said, has never been done in America before. You try to think of a presidential campaign where he said half the country, who? Nixon?
Jefferson Adams got really nasty.
Well, yeah, but that was personal stuff. That wasn't even about their followers. That was about them. I mean, where you'd say you people who support that man are a bunch of damn criminals who are bad for the country. Who's ever said that?
I know.
She just called us thugs and members of a cult. Has any presidential candidate, any leader
Well,
Republican
maybe we should
politics.
start acting like a thuggish
Well,
cult then, if that's what we're
I'm
supposed
ready.
to be.
I'm ready.
If they steal another one,
I tell you, I'm definitely ready. and
to lose?
And Fanny the Floozy, oh my God, the shiftless and there's the uppity schmuppity DA of Fulton County did another church appearance in Marietta yesterday, and another freaking church, Turner Chapel AME in Marietta. Fanny the Floozy, the uppity schmuppity district attorney, still trying to fight the fact that she was a liar under oath. She's trying to. She's a fake. She's a fraud. She's a disgrace, and now she's blaming everybody else but herself for the trouble that she's in, and saying just proves that they're coming out to get me because they're over-sexualizing me in the media. Flounder, have you got a little Fanny there for us?
Sure do.
Okie dokie. She was, again, at a church in Marietta.
See, I'm so tired of hearing these idiots call my name as Fanny.
Fanny, yeah.
In a way to attempt to humiliate me.
Oh, please.
Because, like silly schoolboys, the name reminds them of a woman's rear.
A woman's rear.
Really? I never put the two together.
Fanny, your big, beautiful butt.
Hey, what kind of crack was that?
Hey. I mean, please. And by the way, her lover, the BBC, her big, beautiful compatriot, was there in the audience at the church. I don't know if he was if he was just showing his esteem for her. So it's just unbelievable. She says, oh, you're over-sexualizing me. You just want to tear a sister down. You're the one who was humiliating yourself. You're the one who's shaming yourself by your behavior. I mean, what a disgrace. She's a disgrace. She ought to take her law license away. She should not be able to practice law. And I guarantee you the court's going to get her. She's going to be kicked off this case. There's no way she'll stay on this case.
Please.
I think.
What world are you living in?
Well, a court other than, her boss is going to make the decision, not her. Not Fulton County. Fulton County's not going to make the decision. The court's going to make the decision. Anyway, 5:13. Then we got Hunter stuff. We got people debating on what's going to happen with the debate with the president and President Stupid Face. More on the JFK thing. Another segment or two on that, if you can stand it. And Holy Crap at Sports. So the fun time next at Flounder's Funnies. We got it all for your Let It Rip Friday. Keep repeating Flounder right here.
Landmark decision that will affect all of us.
It feels like this is a new norm.
Donald Trump convicted.
Well, I think that's exactly where we are. I think it does set a precedent and it crosses a line.
And Extra 106.3 is bringing you the conservative voices you need during this unprecedented time in America.
Only fascists try to imprison their political opponents.
Yep. We are Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station. Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers. Howard Brothers has everything for your yard, but they love cooking on Big Green Egg and Traeger grills too. You can get all of your egg accessories and Traeger needs at Howard Brothers stores in Duluth, Lula, and Oakwood. In fact, they've got their Traeger grills at their Athens Power Equipment location too. What are you cooking tonight? Is it going to be grilled chicken, maybe some baby back ribs, pulled pork, perhaps some brisket? Get to Howard Brothers and get all you need for superior flavor and perfect meals every single time. It's time to get a Big Green Egg or a Traeger wood pellet grill. Don't go to the big box stores. Go to see the grill experts at Howard Brothers.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Now, I know there are plenty of HVAC companies out there, but let me tell you why Central Heating and Air Conditioning stands out from the rest. These days, it's hard to tell who's on first. Everybody wants to play. Many of the local HVAC companies, though, have been sold to large conglomerates. And some are even coming back under new names. But at Central Heating and Air Conditioning, they never left the field. They've been your hometown team since 1947. And their dedication to our community has never wavered. They are the Grand Slam you can count on. Central's team of experts know the game inside and out, delivering dependable service and personalized solutions every time. So don't get caught off base. Choose the HVAC team that's always been in the game. Get Carrier products, Carrier warranty, and Carrier peace of mind. Turn to your Atlanta Carrier experts, Central Heating and Air Conditioning. Call them today, 770-GET-HEAT, or visit them online at centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
So you conquered the hardest part. You found the one, got approval from the family, shopped for the engagement ring, and you popped the question. Nice job. But you're not done. It's time to plan the wedding. Pick the dress, pick your tux, plan the honeymoon, and yes, find the perfect wedding bands. Well, you're in luck because Wedding Band Weekend is back at Solomon Brothers Jewelers. June 21st through the 23rd is the perfect time to stop in and shop all of the top brands in the industry. You'll find the ring of her dreams. And here is the best part. During Wedding Band Weekend, when you purchase her qualifying ring, you'll get your ring absolutely free. So don't miss Wedding Band Weekend, June 21st through the 23rd in Buckhead, Alpharetta, and Sharpsburg. And at Solomon Brothers, no matter the price, you'll find something nice. You can also shop online at SolomonBrothers.com and on Instagram at Solomon Brothers. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, the preferred jeweler of the Atlanta Braves.
Insurance companies know that you don't know a lot about the law, so maybe it would be better just to let your lawyer make the call to the insurance company when there's a problem. David Van Sant should be that lawyer. He used to work for the insurance company. He knows who to call, what to say, and he has your best interest at heart. Plus, if you don't get paid, either does he. Van Sant Law, 855 GA Injury or VanSantLaw.com.
Hey there, Atlanta sports fans. Home team Brandon Leak here with Sonder Health Plans. You know, I've been singing praises about their Georgia-based Medicare Advantage health plans, and now they're stepping up their game with new health plans that include home safety and accessibility modifications. Call them up right now and ask if you qualify for their fantastic $400 grocery card offer and $0 premiums. Call 800-331-2928 or visit SonderHealthPlans.com. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
As an official community partner of the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves Foundation, the Warrior Alliance connects warriors and their families to free services such as health and wellness, housing, employment, education, legal services, and so much more. We need your financial support to increase our impact and change thousands of lives for those who served in the U.S. Armed Forces. It takes more than just thank you for your service. Make a donation to help warriors navigate to success after service. Go to thewarrioralliance.org/donate and make a difference today.
All right, look out. Our 5 o'clock hour brought to you by Lee Brandt Jewelers, where luxury jewelry and watches are affordable. Drop by their store in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com. 5:18. Hey, holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
Braves will get a homestand tonight against Tampa Bay. The 8-2 Chris Sale against the Rays right-hander Zach Littell. He's 2-4. Michael Harris leading off again, doing a good job of that lately. Ozzie is second, Ozuna third, Murphy behind the plate. The usual suspects in the other spots. The Astros released struggling slugger and three-time All-Star Jose Abreu from their Major League roster today. The former AL MVP batting just .124 with 2 homers and 7 RBIs in 35 games. The 37-year-old Abreu has batted just .217 with 20 dingers and 97 ribbies since signing that 3-year, $59 million deal for Houston back in 2022. Wow. He is due $20 million more this season and the same next year.
Oh man.
So good luck with that, Houston.
Wow.
19-year-old William Hendon is the brainiac who rushed the field in Cincinnati during the game the other night. Did a backflip in front of the cop, and for his efforts got tased and arrested. Well, his hearing was overseen by a Judge William Mallory, who asked Hendon if he'd seen any of the videos. After the defendant said he had not, Mallory told him, well, everybody thinks you landed that backflip. To which Hendon responded after a brief pause, pretty sure I did.
What happened? Just say what happened. He probably got fined and let go, I assume, right?
He's been let go on his own recognizance or something like that, but he's been banned from the ballpark at the moment.
Oh, my.
Congrats to Rangers manager Bruce Bochy. He beat the Dodgers last night, moved into 9th place in all-time in wins, 2,126 by a skipper.
Wow.
Yeah. Clean old-fashioned hate still alive and well, at least on the Georgia Tech campus. Spencer Davis of SaturdayDownSouth.com has a great story about Tech head coach Brent Key's deep-seated dislike of all things Georgia. At an alumni gathering yesterday, Coach Key talked about his hatred of the UGA football program. There's nothing I hate more in the world. It's probably the only thing I actually hate. When I say hate, like truly despise everything about it, I really do. Now, Key played for Tech from 97 to 2000, and he won 3 times over the Bulldogs in that stretch. He's also been an assistant coach at Tech on 2 different times, and he joined the staff again back in 2019. Since then, Georgia Tech is 0-4 against UGA. And, of course, now he's the head coach going into his 2nd year. But last year, lot closer than people thought it would be. Georgia won 31-23. Linebacker Kyle Efford nearly made a play that could have given the ball back to the Yellow Jackets late in the game. Came up just a couple inches short. And Coach Key says, I think about that every day. Wow. Kyle thinks about it every day. We talk about it every day. Yeah, and Efford will get a chance at redemption this year. The two meet in Athens November 29th. The Jackets have won only 3 times in this series since 2000 and not at all since 2016. But the pendulum is starting to swing.
No, you can't beat Georgia. You can't recruit at Georgia Tech.
They came close the last 2 years. Yeah. They played them very well.
Believe me, it could happen. And I hope they have a great game, no matter what. I'd love to see it just for the fun of it. I'll be honest with you, just for the fun.
The Jackets win one every now and then.
Yeah, I agree.
A congressional committee voted yesterday to move forward with a bill that will prevent college athletes from being deemed employees at their schools, conferences, or the NCAA. It's a Republican-sponsored bill already opposed by...
Republicans are, I think.
No, the Democrats.
Oh, the Democrats.
The Democrats.
Yes.
There's 2 parts.
You must have known that.
The Jaguars and quarterback Trevor Lawrence have agreed a 5-year, $275 million extension, a $200 million guaranteed contract, $142 million at signing. He also gets a $38 million signing bonus just for showing up with a pen in hand.
Who does this now?
Trevor Lawrence, under contract through 2030, the $55 million a year average. Ties him with the Bengals' Joe Burrow for the most per year.
How can that franchise afford that? Do they sell out their stadium? Are they a big time? I mean, how can they do that? There might when money left for anybody else. I hope they got some wide receivers and a couple of blocking guards or something. Jeez,
I doubt it. U.S. Open shocker, automaton Scotty Scheffler pulled a Tiger Woods. He shot 4 over 74 today. First time he hasn't had a birdie in a round all year. He's at 5 over, right on the cut line. Got so frustrated, he slammed his driver into the ground in 18. Lots of complaints about this course setup. Of course, every year you hear it, but this year a lot more. Meanwhile, Sepp Straka made his first hole-in-one on the tour. On the 9th hole at Pinehurst number 2, the 31-year-old Austrian aced the 194-yard par 3, landing his iron shot short of the hole, watching it roll in with a soft kiss off the flagstick, which was ironic. A few holes earlier, he hit the flagstick and went caroming off into the stands.
That's almost never a good thing. If you hit the flagstick, it's always going to go flying, usually.
And as good as Pinehurst number 2 is, just imagine what number 1 must be. Wow, it must be amazing.
Well, no, it's not really the way it works. I'm sorry. It's not quite. They're all great courses.
Do they put number 2 better than number 1?
Yes, they do.
That's pretty stupid. Anyway, after round 2, Patrick Cantlay and some Aberg from Sweden at 5 under. 3 guys, including DeChambeau and 2 Euro weenies at 4 under.
Wow.
Finau and McIlroy at 3 under.
That's good shooting.
Now, Caitlin Clark has taken the high road during all this hullabaloo about her being attacked on the court by the black lesbian mafia that runs the WNBA. Caitlin has not fired back at all to the racist and straight hate being thrown at her, even by her so-called teammates. But in what is not only an ironic but absolutely Orwellian twist to this saga, one of the black purveyors of this nonsense is now accusing Caitlin herself of being racist, as well as other things, because she hasn't come out supporting the very bigots and racists that have been attacking her in the first place. And what may be the height of narcissistic bullying, Dejanay Carrington, the very same Mensa student who mocked Caitlin the other night with that exaggerated flop, is calling out Clark for not supporting the very thuggery rampant in the league. Carrington tweeted, "Dog." Now, when they start off with D-A-W-G, you know they're a serious person. You need to take.
They're there for the education.
They're in
college. Yeah, they're there for the educational benefits of their school.
Dog.
Yeah.
How can one not be bothered by their name being used to justify racism, bigotry, misogyny, xenophobia, homophobia, and the intersectionalities of them all? We all see the blank. We all have a platform. We all have a voice, and they all hold weight. Silence is a luxury.
What a ridiculous use of words. It means nothing, and who
she
cares?
She doesn't know what half those words mean.
That's unbelievable. She must have done AI Google search of something. I mean, plus, who cares? What is she talking about? She just assigned Caitlin Clark is now in charge of the what reaction to white racism charge. I mean, my God.
Okay, she called Caitlin all the names that he and her ilk, or he, I said he, Freudian slip. She and her ilk have been acting like since Clark joined the league. It's the height of deflection and projection. Always accuse the other side of what you yourself are doing. Now, amazingly, Caitlin continues to set the standard for acting like a human being, tweeting that her name should not be used for anybody else's agendas, and everyone should be treated with respect. Good grief, she might as well have just tweeted All Lives Matter. I mean, come on. The new BLM, Black Lives Matter, is now Black Lesbian Mafia, and they're after her in any way, shape, or form.
It's just vicious.
It is. It's nasty, it's vicious, and it's horrendously racist and sexist is what it is.
Well, there's only one thing that's going to stop it if people just say we're not going to games. Even the few who go or just say that's it. Do they have sponsors? Do they have TV contract with sponsor? I wonder.
Who's stupid enough
who
to
would
do
want
that?
who would want to spend the money after
the NBA?
After this viciousness? I mean, that's just a vicious verbal assault. Anyway,
have you ever heard anyone in casual conversation bring up the Atlanta Dream?
No, don't even know no one knows the name of it. Seriously.
What's the coach's name?
If you walked right down there and said, what is the name of the Atlanta soccer team for girls? I mean,
I'm glad you just brought that up, because on a related note that makes me smile, the U.S. women's national soccer team has dropped to 5th in the latest FIFA ranking, its lowest point since they began ranking women's teams back in 2003. Before this year, the U.S. women had never been ranked below 2 in the world, but the team has fallen 3 places in half a year. Spain, France, and England make up the top 3. Germany leaped over America for number 4. The U.S. women are now ranked slightly higher than the Paulding County Lady Patriots, who were 0-6, I think. I'm just kidding. That was Sprayberry.
And a wonderful group of ladies, too.
That's right. ESPN is about to take a bath financially. Should the Celtics and Panthers win their respective Game 4s, it'll be the first time since '95 and just the third time ever the NBA Finals and Stanley Cup Finals have been sweeps in the same year.
Wow, that's
not good news for them.
That's going to be very expensive.
If you're a fan of racing, stop and say a prayer for Don Jenkins. Don is an open-wheel driver up at Sugar Creek Raceway. Had bypass surgery this week. Hope he's back behind the wheel very soon. Everybody loves Don up here. And Paula Scanlon has welcomed the news that her former teammate Leah Thomas will not be allowed to compete in the Paris Olympic Games. She tweeted, "Okay, but is anyone going to apologize for forcing us to undress with him 18 times a week?" Meanwhile, the Babylon Bee reports that Leah Thomas, disappointed, has just said that can she at least just hang out in the girls' locker room?
Once in a while, show up to, see if you can help out, putting shoes away or something. Jeez.
On this day, June 14, 1996, Cal Ripken Jr. set a new consecutive games played record, played in his 2,216th consecutive games. The previous mark at 22-15 was held by Hiroshima Carp and Sachio Kinugasa, the Japanese Central League. Problem is, that first name is the name of a team, not a player. So whoever put this list together thought Hiroshima Carp was a person's actual name.
Hiroshima should have been familiar to most of us.
A few people cracked a book every now and then.
Maybe went to school, went to 4th grade. I don't know.
Put something in the VHS, war, the World at War. I don't know, something.
It was on the news.
Sir Laurence Olivier narrated it. Come on.
God. And sports with Pete
That's
Davis?
it. That's sports.
Well, here at 2009, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Bulls coach Phil Jackson broke Red Auerbach's record when he won his 10th NBA title. Phil Jackson, 2009. Also on this day, birthday, Steffi Graf, 55 today, tennis star, still married to Andre Agassi since 2001. Remember back in 1993, somebody stabbed Monica Seles during the match. The guy who did it because he was so obsessed with Steffi Graf, he wanted her to win and figured if he took out Monica Seles, it would help her. And so he was totally upset. It was back in 1993.
Maybe the greatest moment of my sports career.
What's that?
Was being hung up. Had the phone slammed down on me by Red Auerbach.
Really? What happened there? What did you ask him, or what was that about?
Somebody snuck out the ABC Sports phone list, and I got a hold of it.
Oh, yeah, I remember you told me.
And there was Red's phone number there in Boston. So I called him up one afternoon. Mr. Auerbach, this is Pete Davis from blah, blah, blah. I was wondering if you had a few moments. No! Slam!
No, I don't.
No!
You or anybody else. Oh, my God. Anyway, 5:30, Kipper, Pete, and Flounder on 106.3. It's Let Her Rip Friday. I hope you enjoyed it. 404-741-1230 if you feel like it.
If you love news and talk, you have to connect with the biggest personalities in the South at thepodcastpark.com. It's more original Atlanta content from Atlanta's hometown talk crew. From legal news to sports and politics, and even archives of interviews from years past. Find the podcast that you love and subscribe everywhere you get podcasts.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Ownwell. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ownwell.com/terms. Estimate based on your neighborhood average and individual results may vary.
Here in Atlanta, we've got history, good food, sky view, and outrageous sky-high property taxes. Sometimes with a bill 5 times higher than other Georgia counties. But luckily, there's Ownwell. Ownwell can appeal and reduce your property taxes and potentially save you thousands of dollars.
And right now, you can sign up for free by texting LEARN to 64,000.
You don't have to be an expert to save thousands of dollars every year because Ownwell's cutting-edge technology and local tax experts do all the legwork for you. And you only pay if you save. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the view.
Sign up now, free. Don't pay unless you save. Text LEARN to 64,000. Text LEARN to 64,000. Text LEARN to 64,000.
The EQE SUV electrifies the spirit, soul, and body of the Mercedes-Benz SUV. User-friendly technology meets thoughtful utility, thorough refinement, and earth-friendlier power. Satisfying for both drivers and passengers with innovations that only Mercedes-Benz can deliver. Experience the all-electric 2024 Mercedes-Benz EQE 350 SUV today. Lease one for just $759 per month for 36 months with $72.53 due at signing, exclusively from RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this vehicle and many other models, and visit today to see how to qualify. Special lease rate available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Service through RBM of Atlanta Springs through July 1st, 2024. Excludes tax, tag, title, and Georgia lemon law fees. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit rbmofatlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
Hey, it's Tuck here with an important message as the weather heats up. Southern Exteriors is gearing up with unmatched quality and precision. For over 25 years, they've been delivering top-notch craftsmanship that you can rely on. And let me tell you, they're hotter than the campaign trail in July. Got a home exterior project that's got you feeling the heat? Don't sweat it. From roofing to siding, gutters to windows and doors. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co. That's southernexteriors.co. Get a free consultation. Southern Exteriors, your home's best ally with any project.
The future of business in Georgia is bright, and Georgia Power is a driving force behind the businesses and organizations that are vital to the growth of the state. Organizations like Georgia Tech.
Hi, this is Jay Batt, Director of Athletics here at Georgia Tech. The Georgia Institute of Technology in itself is an incredible place. We've got this tremendous history of success. We've got incredible corporations that invest in college football. And for us, that's part of our winning formula. We've got incredible alignment on our campus. We've got incredible alignment from our president to our head coaches to our donors. We continue to invest in the fan experience here in Bobby Dodd. Everything from what happens in game, from the music to the in-game promotions. It's really an important part of what we do. And we really have tried to expand that game day experience thanks to our partnerships. I think our fans will see continued investment in that game day experience. So we're really excited to continue investing.
To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping businesses big and small, visit georgiapower.com and tune in all year to discover how they're powering the future of Georgia.
True Prep on Cobb Parkway is your one-stop shop for emergency preparedness supplies, including freeze-dried food, water filtration, first aid, and more. They also have a large selection of firearms, including a huge selection of AR-15s, firearm accessories, and ammo at the lowest prices around. They are locally owned and operated. You can visit their store in Marietta on Cobb Parkway or online at trueprep.com. That's TRUprep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 4 men. And I can tell you,
I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffer from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. There are lots of competitors that don't have the credentials that I have. When you go to other clinics, you're not going to see a board-certified physician with the experience that I have. When you come to our clinic, you're going to see me. There's just not one therapy that can solve these complex issues. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. Total Body Therapy of Georgia, 404-777-1911, 404-777-1911, online at stopmyed.com.
Look out, here we go. 1977, Led Zeppelin played the last of 6 sold-out nights at Madison Square Garden, their 11th and final North American tour. Their 3-hour set included The Song Remains the Same, Since I've Been Loving You. So I was trying to time it so I wasn't talking over him. No Quarter. 10 Years Gone, Stairway to Heaven, Whole Lotta Love, Rock and Roll, and When the Levee Breaks. Led Zeppelin, 1977, sold-out shows, Madison Square Garden. 5:37, Kimmer, Peyton, Flounder. Birthday list includes Will Patton. He's a good actor. Will Patton is 70. You may know him from The Postman. He was in The Punisher. He played the gay guy that John Travolta killed because the Punisher got him to kill his best friend. And he was also in No Way Out. He played a psycho freakoid with the guy who did...
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner, but the older actor who did French Connect, Gene Hackman. Yeah, Gene Hackman. And Will Patton. He's a good actor, very good. He's 70 years old today. And let's see. Let's do this. On this day in 1954, President Dwight Eisenhower added 2 words to the Pledge of Allegiance. Now, this is Flag Day, and it's also the birth of the United States Army. And here at the Battery, there are Army war vehicles all over the place, just sitting there, people to take a look at them and stuff. But on this day, the 2 words were added, and it reminds me of every year we had played this, as far as I can remember in my career, from Red Skelton, the former longtime TV celebrity and comedian, who once told a story about the Pledge of Allegiance, and he tried to have the audience understand what it really means. And it went like this. The actual sound of him talking was 5.
I remember a teacher that I had. Now, I went through the 7th grade. I went to the 7th grade. I left home when I was 10 years old because I was hungry. And I used to, this is true. I work in the summer and I go to school in the winter. But I had this one teacher. He was the principal of the Harrison School in Vincennes, Indiana. To me, this was the greatest teacher, a real sage of my time, anyhow. He had such wisdom. And we were all reciting the Pledge of Allegiance one day. And he walked over, this little old teacher. Mr. Laswell was his name. Mr. Laswell. And he says, he says, I've been listening to you boys and girls recite the Pledge of Allegiance all semester. And it seems as though it's becoming monotonous to you. If I may I recite it and try to explain to you the meaning of each word. I, me, an individual, a committee of one, pledge, dedicate all of my worldly goods to give without self-pity, allegiance, my love and my devotion to the flag, our standard, Old Glory, a symbol of freedom. Wherever she waves, there's respect, because your loyalty has given her a dignity that shouts freedom is everybody's job. United. That means that we have all come together. States, individual communities that have united into 48 great states. 48 individual communities with pride and dignity and purpose. All divided with imaginary boundaries, yet united to a common purpose, and that's love for country. and to the republic, a state in which sovereign power is invested in representatives chosen by the people to govern. And government is the people, and it's from the people to the leaders, not from the leaders to the people, for which it stands. One nation, meaning so blessed by God, indivisible, incapable of being divided, with liberty, which is freedom, the right of power to live one's own life without threats, fear, or some sort of retaliation. And justice, the principle or qualities of dealing fairly with others. For all, which means, boys and girls, it's as much your country as it is mine. And now, boys and girls, let me hear you recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Since I was a small boy, 2 states have been added to our country, and 2 words have been added to the Pledge of Allegiance: under God. Wouldn't it be a pity if someone said that is a prayer and that would be eliminated from schools too?
I get choked up every time. It's ridiculous. That was, what, 1960 or something?
Yeah. Notice he said republic.
Yeah, that's right. Wow. Anyway, fly your flag. Again, in my neighborhood, it's mine and one guy. And he just put us up about a week ago. It was mine alone for years. Anyway.
By the way, Morning Joe put the beer cans from Milwaukee on their set today and pretended to be drinking.
Yeah.
They basically said there were cheap fakes and vicious lies about Biden in Italy. Even critics were saying he did a strong job, very good job representing the U.S. Okay. So Glenn Greenwald, the liberal, said one thing that's hilarious. Liberals long denied that NBC, MSNBC, or DNC propaganda outlets by pointing to Joe Scarborough, who they claim is a far-right activist.
Used to be,
Now the show he hosts exceeds North Korean propaganda to glorify Joe Biden as a strong and powerful leader.
A strong and powerful leader represented America wonderfully overseas as he's wandering around and being led around by the hand by the girl prime minister of Italy. Holy crap. And again, Flounder, let's get the best of Biden here, too, if you don't mind, sir. The Trump campaign on Truth Social put out this last night. It's kind of a highlight of President Stupid Face's speeches, which is going to show how much he's going to cream Donald Trump when the debate comes up, that's for sure. For example.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by so you know the thing. America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping. She knows so long as I see deny, our freedom can never be secure. We'll never forget lying around. And that's him lying around, actually. It is noteworthy that the percentage of women who register to vote and cast a ballot is consistently higher than the percentage of the men who do so. End of quote. Repeat the line. I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
So pause here. Good Lord.
That's some sincere frontier gibberish right there, my friend.
The sheriff is near.
Howard Johnson is right.
Good God. I mean, seriously. Oh, Lord. It's 5:45 already. Holy smokes. Another Flounders Funny's coming up. We have an old guy got sentenced to prison, and judge says, well, try to stay alive. I don't know. I'll get to that here in a second.
The woman, she mocks Christianity from the bench.
Yeah.
Openly mocks.
We'll come up here in a second. And also, another excerpt from the Jack Kennedy and Jackie Kennedy, what happened after the thing there, coming up shortly. Kim Pete and Flounder, 5:45. Here we go. Look out.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Tug, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
A phobia is an unreasonable fear of something. So according to the left, we're just afraid of gay people, unreasonably so, and afraid of people who can't figure out what gender they are. Masters of language manipulation.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Your Atlanta Braves are wanted in Texas this summer for the 2024 MLB All-Star Game. All fans who vote for the Atlanta Braves as their favorite club will receive an offer for 20% off 4 tickets to a game at Truist Park from June 14th through the 30th in select locations. Make sure the Braves take over Texas for the Midsummer Classic. Visit Braves.com/vote to cast your ballot for Marcell Ozuna, Matt Olson, and all your favorite Braves. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves country.
Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watch Company, where quality and value make the difference. Locally owned and located in Sandy Springs, offering you the finest selection of unique diamonds, sapphires, rubies, and emerald jewelry, as well as other fine gemstones. Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches has been servicing Rolex watches for over 30 years, and their Rolex-trained watchmaker will service your watch in their state-of-the-art Rolex service center in their store. Lee Brandt uses only genuine Rolex parts, and their estimates are free. Drop by Lee Brandt in the Trader Joe's Shopping Center in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com.
Have you considered securing your family's future, protecting your hard-earned assets, navigating complex legal matters with ease? Nelson Elder Care Law is here to guide and empower you and your loved ones. As a family-owned and family-focused business, our mission is to exceed your expectations, offering absolute assurance and peace of mind. With our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust and expertise in customized estate planning, Medicaid crisis solutions, probate administration, guardianship, and conservatorship, Nelson Elder Care Law protects what matters most to you. Imagine a team dedicated to safeguarding your legacy every step of the way. Our flat fees ensure transparency, and our customized plans prioritize your family's specific needs. Are you worried about protecting your family and your legacy after you're gone? Let us help you ensure you're absolutely protected from whatever curveballs life may throw your way. Schedule a complimentary legacy planning meeting with our legal team in Marietta or Woodstock today. Contact us at 678-250-9355 or visit at nelsoneldercarelaw.com.
Hey Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. And now, the security riddle of the day. What's less secure than a fake safe from a furniture or big box store? Joe Biden's fake border policy, of course. But hey, there is good news. This time next year, Joe Biden will not be president. So drop by Atlanta Safe House and check out the largest selection of safes in the Southeast. Build a wall around your valuables with a safe from the Safe House. We have certified delivery crews to install your safe. With over 30 years in the safe business, the Safe House is the place to buy safe in Georgia. So go to atlantasafehouse.com.
Marketing is everywhere. From the billboards on the highways to the notifications on your phone, we are constantly bombarded with people trying to sell us stuff. What makes good marketing? Are you doing enough in your life personally and professionally to market yourself? You have questions, and the Marketing Madmen have answers. Tune in every Saturday, now at 4 p.m., right here on Extra 106.3 to get practical marketing advice from expert guests who are shaping and reshaping the business world. They say marketing is a madman's game. Join the Marketing Madmen every Saturday at 4 p.m. to find out why.
I enjoy a good night's sleep, and I like to breathe while I'm sleeping. My wife appreciates that, too. That's why I wear a CPAP. You want the right machine. You want expert advice. You want all the supplies that go with it. You get it all at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. Machines, masks, tubing, filters, cleaning supplies, all of it, and they ship nationwide. Walk-ins, by the way, are welcome. CPAPs, etc. Alpharetta, CPAPSETC.com.
When you're leaving the house, do you plead with your garage door? Please open, please open. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. Let us take that anxiety away with one quick call. Our highly trained technicians will get to the bottom of your garage door issues. It could be a simple repair, a malfunctioning opener, or maybe just needs a tune-up. But if it's time for your garage door to be replaced, we'll make that easy too with upfront pricing and free estimates. When trust matters, trust us. All, the number 4, seasonsgarages.com.
The old Beatles, the Kimmer Beatles. 550, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 106.3. Don got a double whammy starting in 63. It's on this day, 1963. During a British tour, the Beatles played at New Brighton Tower in Wallasey, supported by Gary and the Pacemakers. Yeah. Love me do. Tickets were 6 shillings. What's that? $12? Isn't a shilling? Is a shilling $2? Or that's a pound? I think a pound's like $1.50. I think a shilling might be $1. Anyway, it was 6 shillings. That was 1963. 1964, same day. Here we go. Love me do. There you go. Touring Australia, the Beatles arrived in Melbourne, greeted at the airport by 5,000 fans. Another 20,000 fans lined their route to the airport hotel. Army and Navy units were brought in to control the crowds. Cars were crushed. Hundreds of girls fainted. 50 people were admitted to the hospital with broken bones to say hello to the Beatles when they showed up in Australia. They were huge. Girls were, when they were not at Ed Sullivan Show, the girls were fainting, and I mean, it was unbelievable. Let's see, 551. On this day in history, quick birthday, Donald Trump, if you didn't know it earlier, 78 years old today. And a couple of historical notes. Yeah, let's see, 25 years ago, 1999, Eminem married Kimberly Scott. They divorced 2 years later. Then got remarried a few years later, and then got divorced again. So that's a thing. 2015, Game of Thrones fans freaked out when Jon Snow was betrayed and murdered by his own men. 11 months later, though, they finally brought him back to life at the end of the second episode. I'm fine now.
He tells a great story. He was pulled over after that, and the cop said, "I'll let you go if you tell me if you're coming back next season."
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, everyone went nuts. I mean, he was the star, and his own people turned on him. I mean, it was like A2 Brute, my God. So they had to do that. Anyway, it was one of the... Zsa Zsa Gabor, 1989, slapped a Beverly Hills police motorcycle officer. He arrested her. She went to jail for 72 hours. She complained she was treated like Nazi Germany. So anyway, Zsa Zsa. 553, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Just very quickly, just in, a judge has told an elderly pro-life activist, just try to do the best you can to stay alive. A D.C. judge suggested 75-year-old pro-life activist make every effort to stay alive as part of your tenets of your religion while sentencing her to prison. Judge Colleen, hyphenated, sentenced Paulette Hallow to 2 years in federal prison and then supervised release because she was a pro-life demonstrator activist at an abortion clinic and allegedly helped stop people from going into the place. The attorney said this woman's in bad health. Hell, she's 75 years old, pleading for leniency. And the judge gave her a suggestion, said, I would suggest that in terms of your religion, one of the tenets is that you should make the effort during this period of time when it may be difficult in terms of you or your husband to make every effort to remain alive, to do the things that you need to do to survive, because that's part of the tenets of your religion. The judge says, I mean, God. Her husband said, I feel like she's dying. I think she's having a hard time staying alive. And so the judge just basically, and again,
the
this
judge is pro-abortion. And by the way, her name's Judge Colleen Collar-Catelli. That's her name.
Yeah. Anyways, I just...
Well, similar what... Sorry, similar to what Trump did when he was in office, getting all his judge appointed. The same thing's happening now with the Biden administration.
Yep. Well, in fact, one of their just a headline here today, is it J.D. Vance or somebody just made a comment today. Let's see. They're going to block. Here we go. Federal. No, it's well, I can't find it. But a major Republican just today said once again, we're going to block all of the president's appointments because we're going to complain about this lawfare. And again, we need revenge. We need retribution. We need vengeance. We need to get back on track again.
Fight them.
Exactly. Crush them politically.
Could you imagine this judge mocking Islam in a courtroom or Judaism in a courtroom like this?
I know. It's just wrong in every freaking way. 5:55. A little bit more on the new Jackie Kennedy and JFK book about his assassination and what happened after he died. Untold Secrets of His Assassination, written by Maureen Callahan. A couple of things. After she had a miscarriage, Jackie had a miscarriage, and Jack was out having fun with girls on his yachts and stuff, and then pretended that she never told him. When he came back, he said, "Oh, she never told me she had a stillbirth or something," which was a lie. Jackie told her friends, and she went back to her mother's estate, "How could I have been so stupid?" She said, I asked her about a divorce, and she said, "Well, we know Jack's difficult in the ways of women. You knew from the beginning. I'm sure there are moments to make up for it. If you should leave him and divorce him, there's no way he can be president. I doubt you want that mark on your life." One incentive. Jack's father, Joe, knew Jackie was a high-value asset. He offered her $1 million to stay in the marriage, millions more if Jack ever gave her a sexually transmitted disease again, which he had done before. Jackie was depressed. It intensified. Jack Kennedy secretly packed off his wife to a mental hospital for the elite in Massachusetts. She had 3 rounds of electroshock therapy in 1 week. This is Jackie Kennedy. Every treatment made her shake so violently her bones sounded like they were breaking. Jack never called. He never visited. After a week, he sent his aide Chuck to collect her. She got back to the D.C. home. Jack wasn't even there, nor had he even left a note. Jackie went into the bathroom, reached for his razor blades, thinking how easy it would be right now to draw a bath and a straight line down each wrist. In 1957, Jackie gave birth to their first child, Caroline. This time, Jack was the first person she saw when she came to, wheeling their baby to her bedside. She'd refer to this as the happiest day of her life. One more quick thing. She knew about Jack's pool parties daily in the White House. He had women there, young secretaries. Women ran up and down the back stairs. Jackie suspected even Lee Radziwill, her sister, had slept with Jack Kennedy once. She would find blonde hairs and bobby pins all over the place. She didn't know a 19-year-old girl named Mimi worked in the White House secretarial pool. Jack invited her to the White House residence, got her drunk, and took her virginity on the bed he shared with Jackie, where she once found a pair of another woman's panties. Would you please shop around, find out who these belong to? They're not my size. And the last thing, when she was being, the final moments, how do you want them remembered, she was asked. She said, well, that one night in the White House, don't let it be forgotten, one brief shining moment, there was Camelot. He'd play the song on their old Victrola record player over and over. One night there was Camelot. That's what she wanted people to remember. Only it wasn't true. He never did anything of the kind, never had any metaphors or anything like that. So anyway, the life and times of Jackie in the book, just horrible. I mean, really
sad.
Sad. Very, very, very sad. 5:58. Can repeat and flounder, a little Nucky's Hoagies before here we go. Let's see what's going on here tonight.
We got a guy in the White House running for his second term, has no idea he's in his first. Biden is the most dehydrated president we ever had. I want to tell you about corn pop, man. This mother shakes hands with clothes when he's done. Put it in, Casper. Netflix is doing a documentary about him. What's it going to be called? Biden My Time. He's the leader of the free world. He shouldn't be in the house. He should be in a home. He's going to be president. He should be resident.
Anyway, plans for the weekend, Flounder?
Hopefully spend Father's Day with my pops on Sunday. He's got a sciatic nerve kicking right now, so we were supposed to play golf, but postponed. We'll see.
All righty. Hot and safe. Pete Davis, going to be near 100.
Dog sitting.
I love it. All right. Anyway, it's only me. It's only the Kipper. Gotta go. You're killing me. Sing me home, Christine. Baby, I'm all yours, darling.
This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Locally owned and heard throughout Georgia on the Extra app.